Is his name Joseph?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, I got it.
You probably have notes.
I keep notes about this shit.
Robert. Bob.
Oh, it was Bob. Yeah.
Was it?
He called him Bob. Christopher, this is not my same notebook. 500 turkeys. Nicki Minaj bought 500 turkeys. Remember that?
That's a long time ago.
So, guys, I don't have my notes. Have you got it?
No. What did you say to me before we started? This is like, because we're in episode 80, we're octogenarians.
Yeah.
Here are my notes from last week.
Oh, my God.
And the last thing I wrote down, octogenarians. Is this a conspiracy?
Today I'm going to talk to you about the Golden State Killer. And this guy, it's pretty... Listen, guys, it's grim listening, but it's fascinating stuff.
Okay, here we go.
Let's admit it. We're all secretly really interested in all this crack.
Yeah, we are. We love... Yeah, and ever since the fucking dawn of, like, Netflix fucking true crime, people have been fucking...
Everybody talks about this stuff.
Off their rockers on death.
This one here...
Semen.
This one is... Yeah, it's all about semen, guys.
That's all Law and Order SVU is.
It completely, 100% is all over this case. Got semen splattered everywhere in here. This is another one. It's grim listening, but, you know, secretly you're all pretty interested in this kind of stuff. And this one is interesting indeed.
Good. Hold on to your butts.
Okay. So, the Golden State Killer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ep.80 Promise podcast. My name is Chris, and this evening, this Fathering Sunday, I am joined around the table by my best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. James D. Downey.
Hello, everybody.
I tried to rush that because I seen you were drinking your tea. I was like, let's put him under pressure. Yeah.
See,
Opening sentences.
I got the timing right down.
I know. Do you ever get, do you ever really get jittery doing this anymore, do you?
No, not really.
It's so relaxing now.
I read about this somewhere during the week. It was like someone saying, do you ever not cringe at your own voice, like when you're recording it? And I was like, I do. I don't.
Yeah, don't cringe.
I don't cringe.
No.
I don't care.
Used to.
Yeah.
Used to when I used to listen to us back, but now I know that we...
It's because you don't... Whenever you speak, you hear a different voice than whenever you're recorded speaking. But all you got to do is realize that that's what everyone's been hearing the whole time anyway. So
yeah, so you're fine.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Stay on.
What are you going to do? Like I said, it is the Fathering Sunday of the year. Is that a thing?
Fathering Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's like mothering Sunday. Is a thing.
Oh no, it is Mothering Sunday.
Yeah.
Fathering Sunday just doesn't seem
sounds
right.
wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds so bizarre.
You gotta stop saying that.
It's Father's Day.
It's Day of Father.
Day of Father.
It's Dad Day.
It's the 16th of June.
Is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pleasant evening, I guess, for anyone that cares about the weather sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk about the weather.
In this very remote part of the world, it is okay.
I have a list. Well, okay. So 16th of June, 1829, the Apache leader, Geronimo, is born.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah.
Is that where Geronimo comes from?
Yeah.
Geronimo.
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy.
Also known as Goyathle, meaning one who yawns. There you go.
I wish that like our names still came from things
from
like
like
that.
things. Yeah. Like James, meaning the one who like dances or something.
Thank you.
You know?
Appreciate that. Yeah.
What would
It's
mine be?
Christopher.
First thing comes to your head.
I was gonna say like one of Christ.
Perfect.
Christopher.
Perfect.
Christoph.
Yeah.
Her.
Well, don't all names kind of come from like Latin, like fucking like abbreviations?
Actually, James it's a biblical name because he was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was there. He's seen the whole thing. And I mean, Christ cover
Right.
was floating about there somewhere.
So we're very biblical over here.
I have a list. I don't know if you're going to enjoy this one, but here are 8 good things about bunk beds. So long as you get the top one.
Number 1, there's 2 beds in one.
There are far fewer bunk beds than ordinary beds in the world, so sleeping in one is exciting. Climbing up a ladder makes bedtime far more interesting. Getting the top bunk when someone else is stuck in the bottom one makes you feel superior.
Does it give you that edge?
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. Yeah. You get a totally different perspective on your bedroom stretching out beneath you, which I kind of like. A top bunk is like your own private world. You get to know a corner of wall and ceiling that no one ever does.
That's very true.
Yeah. You can play double-decker buses, and it's easier to throw cushions and pillows down on someone than it is for them to throw up on you.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Very fair point.
Yeah.
Although I've always considered myself a bottom bunk kind of person.
Have you?
I mean, I used to think getting up top bunk, it's like the back of the bus. It's like, it seems cool, but like, you know, just logistically, it's better to be on the floor.
Yeah.
You got easier access in and out of the bathroom.
God forbid there was a fire.
Exactly.
You know, I'm
getting down
so
that
high
ladder
up.
in an emergency.
I know. If emergencies have taught me anything, you want to be low.
If you fall out of a bunk bed, you could die.
Yeah, you could.
You fall out of a low bunk bed.
I never.
You
got
could still die, but
people fell out of bunk beds. So like, there's like barriers up around fucking.
Yeah. Kids.
Do
Do you think it would be acceptable for a grown man to have a bunk bed?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they make like...
Or just a regular bed, like on stilts, really high up.
Yeah, I think that's acceptable.
You think?
But you call that a bunk bed?
Oh,
No.
you make a loft.
Yes.
You make a loft.
Oh, yeah. Because they have
That's
these
cool.
high sleepers now that have become quite popular in recent years. Like, where you have like your bed and then underneath you have like a wardrobe, maybe like desk space or something.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are into that shit now.
A lot of people are into that, like
conserving space.
Yeah.
Minimalist.
Getting into like small, like they just take the size of this and they'd live in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd
make everything
I
work.
get that.
I kind of like that. It's pretty cool.
Mm. I kind of like my space though.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
respect the people who do.
I like my space. But yeah, I slept in the bunk bed once. Well, for a good portion of my young life.
I remember your bunk beds.
We had bunk beds. We went through quite a few bunk beds, I think.
I think most people do. They don't last as long as regular beds.
No, and I used to love the ones that had a double at the bottom and a single at the top.
Oh yeah, we had one of those.
Yeah.
And then the double would fold up into a sofa.
I remember that one actually.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Good times.
Yeah. But
Good
there you go.
times.
Some interesting facts about bunk beds that you just didn't need to know, but now you do. How do you want to go with this week? You want to...
I think just the standard, just jump into the news.
Okay.
I have one thing I want to mention here though, is that why is there 22 million air bites in a box from Tesco and there's only 20 brownie bites? I need an answer to this.
I actually never caught that. You've just...
Have I blown your mind?
A little bit, D. A little bit. Maybe it's because they consider the millionaires to be richer. Oh, that was my... Hope you heard that.
That was inappropriate.
Yeah. Maybe it's the millionaires are considered richer. So they produce more. I don't know.
Yes, it's a class thing.
That's my logic.
I'm gonna have a brownie bit.
Oh yeah, you work away with those. While I tell you that the Loch Ness monster
It's back.
might be real after scientists make a surprising discovery. Yeah. First of all, before I talk about this bit of news, what's your opinions on the Loch Ness monster?
We talked about this not last week, but last podcast. I'm more skeptical than I used to be. I don't think it's a thing.
Are you a seeing is believing person? No.
That would be, probably pretty accurate, but not necessarily. I need like a certain level of plausibility. I'm like a myth buster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
James the Mythbuster.
I can make it plausible.
That's where your name
or
comes from.
Busted. Yeah, that's
From
right.
busting myths. Do you not think though the Loch Ness is a pretty coming from healing from dinosaurs, could live in a loch?
I mean, yeah, sure, but it's like
Why it's in Scotland, no one knows.
why there has to be more than one, right? For
Yeah.
it to survive so long.
Maybe the other one has lived in the ocean
Yeah, maybe it just comes back to lay eggs.
because we don't
Eggs or something
as you know we don't know what's in the ocean.
Maybe it's like fish or like turtles or whatever. It's go back to the same spot that they were born to lay their eggs, and it's a different one every time coming in. You know?
Maybe. Who knows? Are we about to bust this myth?
I think we are.
Let's crack it right.
Gotta
Wide
go
open.
over to Scotland. Stat.
The famous legend says it is thought to have lived in Loch Ness, a large lake in the Scottish Highlands. For years, there has been a lot of debate about whether the monster did actually exist, and now scientists in New Zealand makes sense, right?
Close to the source.
Think there's a chance that Nessie might have existed. The Loch Ness contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined, making it one of the UK's deepest and potentially most mysterious lakes. Its waters are dark from the soil known as peat, which surround the lake, adding to its secretive look. Now, a research group from the University of Otago, New Zealand, has found some surprising evidence that would suggest a monster might have existed. Leader of the team, Professor Neil, I thought it was Gaiman. It's Gamel. That would have been cool. Has explained that they took DNA from creatures that have lived in the lake. When they looked at this DNA, they found out that there might be evidence that one theory behind a monster in the Loch Ness could be real. We've tested, this is a quote, we've tested each of the main monster hypotheses, and 3 of them that we can probably say are right and 1 might be. We went on to tweet that the results of the testing will be released in September of this year.
Oh, why? What's with the tease?
The tease? Also, just that we're on that, I found this today, that the Loch Ness Monster has apparently been filmed by a couple who says she's definitely black and a fair size. Now I have the video here, but I can't play it from here. But you can find this video. Go to themirror.co.uk.
The Mirror.
The Mirror of all places.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Chris.
Okay. Look at this is a terrible source of information, but I'm just eager to see videos. Okay.
You just want this to be.
Yeah, this couple stopped their car. It looks like a duck. This couple stopped their car and watched the creature for a minute before it submerged into the water again. Their sighting has been accepted and recorded as the 7th sighting of Nessie by the official Loch Ness Monster Sighting Registry.
There's a registry for this.
There is, yeah. Gloria, 57, from Cornbridge in Northumberland, told the Daily Record, "We've been to the Loch Ness many times but never seen the monster before, but I always like to look at the loch. I can't imagine how many pairs of eyes on the loch at one time, but I have spent periods looking at the water because you never know." She was quite certain of what they saw stood about 300 meters away. It was just around 1:30. We had lunch. My husband was driving and I was in the passenger seat gazing out at the loch. Then suddenly I saw something and I said to Ian, "There's something down there." He turned around. We got out of the car. We were both very excited. It's about 300 meters away and definitely black. It seemed to have a neck and a head. I could definitely see its back and it was a fair size. It disappeared after a minute beneath the water. All I can say is we saw something we cannot explain, but it was real. It was animate and it was definitely not a seal.
There you go.
There you go.
You gotta check it out, folks.
I think you gotta check it out. Yeah, 100%. I don't know.
Nessie's just one of those classics. I'd like it to be true.
I hope it's true. It's like Bigfoot. I hope Bigfoot's true.
We need to go over there. Bigfoot's a really interesting one. I spent too much time once
just looking for Bigfoot.
Looking at Bigfoot. Oh, there's a brilliant documentary. Everyone should watch it. It will do nothing to convince you that Bigfoot exists, but it talks about all the Bigfoot hunters and the stuff they do.
Wow.
And there's a really good bit in it. There's lots of good bits in it, actually. They talk about like how it could be happening, the possible things, and the DNA and all the hair strands they find. They try and piece it all together, and how every time they find something that looks like this is the one, it's like, nah, that's not
agonizingly close.
Yeah, it's like actually that could have been from a mountain lion or something like that.
What do they say that all these hair strands that they find are from? Like mountain lions and
yeah,
bears?
Different bears,
like
different types of animals. It's like, whilst that isn't like a common type of bear fur,
yeah,
that is a bear fur.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So like at first glance it's like that couldn't possibly come from a bear, but then it's like, oh, that could be from a bear who's like pregnant for like 9 months or something like that.
Right, okay.
That's not an example. That's just me making shit up. But a really good bit in it is they're out and they're doing these like really like weird calls. They're like, this is a call that Bigfoot responds to.
And they didn't know this.
Well, they do it and they make like this like it's like a hoot or like a chirp kind of
right.
And they send it out and they wait. Oh no, or maybe they're banging sticks, something like that.
Right.
And they wait, and then like about a minute or so later, it gets a response.
No way.
And it's like I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck?"
What kind of response is it?
It's kind of like the same noise back.
Holy shit!
And it's really fucking crazy. And you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And you're completely hooked for like about a minute. And then the interviewer guy is just like, I just think it's a really funny concept that you could be a Bigfoot hunter here.
Yeah.
Making these noises, and there could be a Bigfoot hunter 2 miles away responding. Yeah. And it's like, oh man, I believe.
I know, yeah.
I believe for like a minute.
That's such, right now.
But I like those shows that kind of like, myth bust, go in and try and find out. They should do one. We should do one for Nessie.
Yeah.
We should go.
Could we fund a trip to Scotland?
Go to Scotland.
Yeah,
guys, go to our Patreon or GoFundMe page.
Yeah, we could. If you want to see an X-Hike gaming video where we go to Loch Ness, an Empty Promise video. Where we go to Loch Ness to disprove or prove that Nessie exists.
I don't think anyone will ever trust us with a name like Empty Promise. It's like, we're definitely going to do this.
Maybe it's the perfect name. You see?
Yeah.
The biggest story I ever heard about Bigfoot was about these loggers who... there was like a group of loggers, and one night in their cabin they heard like scratching and stuff at the roof, and they were convinced that there was a herd of Bigfoot, big feet, around the like cabin that they lived in. They were banging and like trying to get in and stuff, and then they disappeared. But there was like scratchings on the roof and scratchings on like the side of the cabin and like trails and
tracks.
Stuff. That's fucking
That's
weird.
actually in that documentary as well. It's actually,
really?
Yeah, I think they interview a couple of those guys.
And then what was that? What is that picture or the reel or something? The really
the
famous
footage.
one? Yeah,
where it kind of like turns. Yeah. Don't know. Could be a man in a suit or it could be Bigfoot. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty good suit, or else it's a pretty bad camera. But I don't care either way. It looks fucking good.
Yeah.
It
keeps the mystery alive and well.
Another piece of random news. A Canadian man has opened a safe locked for 40 years on his first try.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Did you? I haven't heard about this yet. I haven't read this. So Stephen Mills decided to have a go at opening the £2,000 safe for a laugh. But unfortunately, it wasn't full of riches. It had not been opened since the late 70s. While being shown round by guide Tom Kebblewhite, Mr. Mills decided to have a go at opening it for a laugh. I take it he was... it was a heritage museum he was in. Noticing the dial numbers ran from 0 to 60, he decided to try 20, 40, 60. I cracked it open and I was in total disbelief. The whole family got excited. We beat the code. I could tell it hadn't been open for a long time because it was full of dust and some fell from the locking mechanism. The safe was originally housed in a town hotel which opened in 1906 and was donated to the museum in the early 1990s. The museum had previously tried default combinations, asked experts to try to crack the code, and even contracted former hotel employees to see if they could help. Other museum visitors had also played around with it without success. Sadly, the safe was not full of cold hard cash. It contained an old pay sheet and part of a restaurant order pad dating from the late 1970s. The pad included receipts for a mushroom burger for $1.50 and a packet of cigarettes for $1. They have no value really, but they are of great interest to us. It gives us a little bit of an idea of what places were like in 77, 78.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Imagine just going into a place and just like trying a random combination.
I can't believe that they hired people to come in this case with 20, 40, 60. Done.
I mean, you think that would be one of the numbers to try, one of the combinations to try, 20, 40, 60. But hey,
yeah,
I'm not a safe cracker. I ain't no safe cracker.
Do you know how to pick locks?
No.
I'd love to know that skill.
There's a really good guy on YouTube called Lock Pick Lawyer. You want to see the stuff he does? It's like he's like talking about. He'll sit with like a lock in front of him, and he'll be talking about how, oh, this lock is supposed to be blah blah blah, supposed to be all this shit. I'm just gonna try and break in here, and in about 3 seconds, he can pick a lock, and it just falls open. You're just like, that took no effort. And he's like, yeah, so that was pretty easy to beat. You can tell because of this, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Holy shit!
It's a good guy. It's a good thing he's a good guy, and not a crook, because we'd all be fucked, guys.
Wow. I can't pick locks, but I'm gonna learn that.
That's a good life skill. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Lock. Yeah. You might need back into your house or something. You know.
Yeah, or to get in somewhere,
or someone else's house,
maybe your house,
a stranger's house.
Yeah. Sainsbury's becomes the first supermarket to get rid of plastic bags for fruit and veg and bakery items. Do you hear about this?
Okay.
No.
What are they?
I don't know. By September, paper bags will be available to customers for loose bakery items. Customers buying loose fruit and vegetables will either be able to bring their own bags or buy a reusable bag made from recycled materials. This alone will reduce their plastic output by 489 tons, and the retailer is also reducing the amount of plastic used for its packaged fruit and vegetables.
It's coming. It's like a ban that's coming. Is that single-use plastic items? We're just not going to be allowed to use them anymore. Yeah. So that's why like straws are going to go.
I hate that.
Plastic bags are going to go. I don't know. I just anything better than paper straws. Just anything.
Something better. There has to be a better material for a straw than paper.
Like, it's just
or else like reinforced paper. But even card wouldn't be a great straw.
I mean, it's paper. It's going to get wet. It's just dangerous. Imagine that breaking in your mouth. Metal. I see people who have metal straws.
Don't know about that. I think you get an awful like metal kind of taste. Yeah. It just wouldn't be pleasant, you know.
You need something inert. Silver. Silver straw. Like a fork. Like a spoon.
Ooh. With a plastic coating.
No, with the plastic, man.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like I think we talked about this before. It kind of just seems to be whatever like trend the global warming is following at any given time. We kind of jump on the world jumps on that bandwagon. Yeah, it's like, you know, at the minute it's like plastic because there's plastic in the oceans.
Because of Blue Planet too.
Yeah. That's why. And then it's like oh, you know, don't use paper because trees. Yeah.
That is what it is a lot of the time. It's like the governments just want to look good. Yeah. They want the PR, so they do this shit. So what's it going to be 10 years later, you find out that actually we should have been using plastic this entire time because paper is bad for the environment or something.
No. Now we've got no trees left. Yeah. But at least you're not using plastic straws, guys.
Yeah. Think about the fishes.
Yeah. Did you see that video where they cut open the wheel?
No. Is it just full of plastic?
Yeah, it's just full of shit.
It's pretty grim. I mean, I wish people would just like really we should be focusing on the people who like dump plastic in the oceans or whatever.
If we just recycled more.
Yeah.
You buy the plastic, but just recycle it.
Let's recycle it, guys. Come on.
There should be some, I don't know.
But you can't make people do stuff, Chris. That's 101. You can't make people stop smoking. You can't make them stop drinking. You can't make them recycle shit. Some people will do it, but a lot of people won't.
I know.
And there
It's
you
such
go.
a shame. Because, wheels.
I want my plastic straws, you guys. I'm going to go solve global warming because I want to use plastic straws.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
Solve
maybe this will be the kick up the ass people need.
Are roll-on deodorants better for the environment than aerosols? Clearly. No? Who knows?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Because, like, if I use an aerosol inside the house, how does that affect the globe?
Oh, no, you're thinking of...
Like deodorants.
You're thinking of CFCs. We don't use those anymore.
Do we not?
No, those are the things that, like, if too much of them gets in the atmosphere, it contributes to global warming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're not used. We're not allowed to use those anymore.
So they've stopped manufacturing shit with that in it. Oh, right, okay. So deodorants are user friendly.
I think they're fine. Yeah.
World friendly. I can go outside. There's some links.
I think the thing they use now is just don't use too much of it in an enclosed area, which is just common sense
Common
anyway.
sense, yeah.
Don't be fucking squirting this shit up your nose, like.
Yeah, and yeah.
It's like
It's like a drug, isn't it?
Fridges used to have them CFCs, and they're real bad.
Oh yeah.
Because when they got dumped, they just went up.
Yeah.
I think China is still doing it. Apparently, they found out recently that China is just like fucking.
China's like a law upon itself, though, isn't it? China
just
does whatever the fuck China wants.
Big protests over in Hong Kong this week as well.
Yeah. We I work with a girl from Hong Kong.
Do you?
Yeah, and she's like, I'd love to be there just for the Instagram.
Oh my god.
But I know she means well.
Hey, they just need numbers over there right now. So it's like,
they have numbers. Fuck, they have numbers.
It's crazy.
Jesus.
Like, fair play to them.
Yeah. Well, here you go. If you want to go to Hong Kong and you're going by Heathrow, they have introduced £50 million scanners. That means that liquids can now stay in hand luggage.
Woohoo, we did it.
Like, don't know if this is interesting news to anybody, but some people might find this interesting. But airport security queues could be soon less stressful for Heathrow passengers. Could soon be less stressful for Heathrow passengers who should be able to keep liquids and laptops in their hand baggage with new 3D scanners. Following successful trials of the new equipment, the UK's biggest airport plans to spend 50 million on new scanners across its 4 terminals by 2022. The computerized tomography scanners used in hospitals to scan patients produce more detailed images that allow security staff to access cabin bags with electronic equipment and liquids inside. So no longer when you queue up will you have to take like your laptop and all these liquids out and put them into a wee tray. Actually, you can't even take liquids through. So laptop out and pass it through in a wee tray. No more.
It have to be less than 100 mil, Chris.
Yeah.
And it have to be in a clear plastic bag. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Airports are so fucking stupid when it comes to this
like,
stuff. I get it.
Have you ever read the thing where it's like those things are only like about 10% effective as well? All those procedures, yeah, they're really ineffective at actually catching the thing.
Is it just more about scare, like a scare tactic?
What they're bad at actually catching those things, but what they're really good at is preventing. Yeah, is basically like prevention. Yeah.
Stopping people from like trying to take stuff.
Exactly. They'll figure there's no point trying to go through airport security. We'll find a different way. Oh shit, we'll find a different way to do something different.
Yeah, I get that.
But
it's so much hassle though. Like, I remember coming home from Orlando and like their security out there is pretty tight. It's pretty tight.
America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, all food and drink needs to be taken out of any like hand luggage. And I was like, my whole hand luggage is food and drink. I was like, I am not taking all this out. And I got up there and she was like, have you got any like food or drink? And I was like, there's a bit at the bottom of a bag. She's like, you got to take it all out. And like my tray looked like I had just done a grocery fucking shop.
There's a bit at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, it was like full, like these big trays of cookies and stuff. All this fucking, like foreign delicacies.
And like, are you allowed to take them?
Yeah.
But they just need them out on the thing.
Yeah.
So weird.
I know, yeah. Yeah, you can take them with you. I just want to see what you're taking.
Fucking grocery shop.
No. One woman to me was like, "Oh, where'd you get those cookies?" I was like, "Walmart." It was they were actually really fucking good. They're the red velvet Chips Ahoy. Oh, they're so fucking good.
Red velvet.
So good. What?
Red velvet.
Yeah. Did you say anything bad about red velvet?
No.
Oh, good. I thought you guys I fucking hate red velvet. I was like, what?
I mean, it's not my favorite.
Oh.
But
it's my favorite of the velvets.
It's just such a rich thing, you know.
It's so good though. So good. I'll tell you what's not good. I like how I'm segueing into this news. There was a toddler killed by a leopard.
You're fucking right, that's not good.
In Kruger National Park.
Oh.
The Leopard managed to access a fenced-off area of the park and grab the boy, who was the son of an employee.
Oh, God.
Family members rushed the boy to hospital, but he was pronounced dead on arrival.
That just sucks.
I know.
It's just awful news for us.
In parks like the KNP, predators do interact with tourists and staff at times and may result in species like the leopard getting habituated to people and losing their fear. Park visitors followed strict rules to stay safe from animals such as locking gates and travelling in groups. But it took a chance with the 6-year-old. He said that people visiting and working in the park were given much protection, as much protection as possible, with accommodating fenced off areas to keep animals out, but they found ways of getting in. It doesn't actually say. I take it he was just kind of mauled.
God. I don't think we need those specifics.
I don't think
to
we
be
need
fair.
the details, but there was a young boy killed in Kruger National Park by a
FYI.
yeah.
Guys, don't go there. You want to go to a park? You go to Tito Park. You'd be safe.
Do you like to lead a cashless life, or
Increasingly so.
Yeah,
it's got that way.
same?
Contactless.
I'm a bit worried about it though. It's so easy nowadays to spend.
Yeah,
Not
it
even to
is.
spend, but it's just to spend.
Yeah, it's like
So fucking.
I don't gotta
easy.
get the cash out. I'll just tap and take it with me.
Just tap. Yeah.
Whereas if you didn't have the money, you'd be like, I can be bothered going to cash machine. I'll leave it be.
Too many times at work do I do that. I'd be like, because I just
Yeah.
attach my bank card to my clocking card, so I always have it on me. So if I see anything,
That's
it's like
dangerous,
beep,
Chris.
beep, beep.
That is dangerous. See, you work.
Yeah.
It's like a gambling addict being in a casino.
No,
You're just surrounded by it.
surrounded by cheap shit. So what are you gonna do?
Gotta do
But
it.
more than 5 million people last year led a cashless lifestyle, as debit cards secured their position as the most popular method of payment. So there you go.
Rightfully so, I
Yeah.
think. There's actually people are concerned about not necessarily older people, but people who tend to use cash more than card and stuff and contactless, not actually having access to cash anymore. Because obviously the people who run the ATMs it's not as profitable for them anymore because people aren't using them as much.
Yeah.
So they're getting rid of them.
People are ripping them out of walls.
Well, if you're in Ireland, yeah, people are just taking them fucking with them, but
It happens a lot around here. People just pull an ATM out of the wall
with a digger,
and take it with them.
way to go.
Yeah.
But in parts of England, like rural areas of England, you'd have to drive for miles
To find an
to
ATM.
get cash,
That's mad.
or go to the bank and get it. Which is
Well, it
crazy.
said in that survey or whatever, the 1.9 million people who were using cash did so primarily just to budget, which makes sense.
It's a sensible thing to do.
I don't like carrying cash around though.
No, neither do I. Hate it. Your wallet's getting all full. Coins.
Coins.
They can
Coins
die
are
of death.
being in my existence. Yeah.
Don't need them.
I know. What about? Did you hear about? This could affect us. YouTube are to delete thousands of accounts after it bans supermassists. How do you pronounce that? Massists. MACISTS. Massists.
What? Let me see this.
Conspiracy theorists and other harmful users. Sorry. There was a dash where there's not supposed to be a dash. It's supremacists. I was reading it as two separate words. Now I just feel really fucking stupid. Supremacists?
Supermassists?
I was like, what the hell is this? Supremacists. Sorry.
Supremacists. Okay.
Conspiracy theorists and other harmful users.
Oh, fuck.
So
Conspiracy theories.
this will
Chris.
probably be the last podcast that you hear.
We don't even do that many conspiracies.
No, we did 2 or 3. But YouTube will delete thousands of accounts after banning supremacists, conspiracy theorists, and other harmful accounts. It is claimed the decision was made after an in-depth review of its rules on hateful content. YouTube said, while it has always banned hate content in general, the site has allowed some specific kinds of harmful videos, such as those promoting Nazi ideology or claiming 9/11 did not happen, to continue being hosted on the site.
I mean, I don't know about that now. If you don't think that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those videos, as well as other kinds of supremacist content, will now be officially banned.
Fair enough. I mean, what about all the 9/11 truthers? The guys who believe that the government did it and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Surely those are the guys
I mean,
that need to be
that's-
fucking banned, because
like-
clearly it happened. Anyone who believes it didn't happen,
Yeah.
or just nut jobs.
Just being It's but that's like saying the Earth is flat. Like you can't ban
Oh,
people.
that was one of the things that they're trying to rule out.
You
But
can't
how
do
can
that.
But how can they? How can they rule
That's a
out
person's opinion.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
allowed to. As crazy as it may be, you can't just say no. You can't make a video about that. That's infringing on that whole fucking right to free speech or whatever. I don't know.
And
YouTube.
America's big on that.
This is the Yeah, America is really big on that. You imagine they had to fucking flip out.
all
about
your
this.
rights, like the Constitution.
But
and all
even
that.
I'm pissed off about that.
Yeah.
If your video is you know, if your video is just hateful, like, okay, it has to be
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
down,
If
but,
it's like downright slanderous, or
Yeah.
hateful, or hurtful, yeah, of
I
course.
suppose like that's it, Chris. You know what? You know who makes these decisions? Is it a guy at YouTube or is it an algorithm that doesn't even know, doesn't know how to make the
True,
difference?
actually, yeah. Robots.
This is what people are saying. We need an alternative to YouTube.
Really?
Because if YouTube get too strict or too, you know, start making stupid decisions, I guess you can just go, well, fuck you, I'm going to go on.
Will anything ever become as big as YouTube, though?
It couldn't be possible. Like, no one could fund that.
I know, yeah.
You think about them, like, isn't
Yeah.
it something like a year's worth of video is uploaded every minute on
Yeah,
YouTube? Like, it's
something
crazy.
stupid. Just think of how big YouTube has become, though. Like,
It's you know what's crazy, right? I think
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before. It's the third biggest search engine
yeah.
in the world. So like it's like it goes
Is
like
Google still the first?
it's Google, and then it's like
Bing.
it's probably not Bing.
No, I know it's not Bing. It
Probably
couldn't be Bing.
Maybe,
Yale.
maybe it's the second, but it's like it goes like Google then YouTube, right? It's like,
Fuck.
but it's like people are using YouTube to find information.
Yeah,
You know, it's like I'm not using Google to find out how to do this thing. I use YouTube.
Yeah, I would
so
do
much
that from
traffic.
time to time.
Yeah,
I
so
did
do
that
I.
during the week. I'll talk a bit about that after. But yeah, if you need no information, it's like that kind of learning. What is that like? Not kinesthetic. That's like touching and stuff.
Oh yeah, like
It's
visual
like
learning.
there you go. How did I not think of visual? Jesus, I thought of kinesthetic, but I couldn't think of visual. Fuck
Where
me.
is what is your head at right
I
now?
don't
Chris?
know.
Loving the words though.
Yeah,
Kinesthetic. What is it? Say again?
kinesthetic. I think.
Kinesthetic.
I
You
think-
had it. I messed it up on you there.
Yeah, kinesthetic learning. I remember because there used to be a poster in school about the 3 different types of learning. One was like visual, one was kinesthetic, and the other was like just listening, I think.
The regular.
It's like the boring learning.
The one nobody actually wants to do.
Did you hear that there could be a huge 160-foot asteroid to crash into the Earth this year?
As in every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, but nothing's going to come of it. So
Don't worry about it.
Listen to this though. This is the only bit of this article I'll read. The European Space Agency, or ESA, has listed the asteroid as the 4th most concerning object on its top 10 list of space objects that have a non-zero chance of crashing into our planet.
There you go.
There you go.
Non-zero, folks. It is crazy though, like that. I mean, slim as the chance may be. I think it might hit us.
Yeah, it
could all be
yeah,
dead.
100%. Yeah. Oh, did you also remember the last time I spoke on the podcast about Kim Jong-un assassinating
Oh, you like half his
cabinet?
cabinet?
Did you hear about his latest?
No.
How he killed
Fuck.
hang on.
I thought it was like apparently his cabinet that he culled are like all like not dead. They're all there apparently, but they're not there. It's like replacements have been brought
His
in.
deputy.
His deputy.
No, he threw a general into a piranha-filled fish tank after cutting his arms and legs.
Is this guy like?
He's not sane, but
Is he a Bond
but he
villain
gets
or
away.
what?
Exactly. Yeah. So Kim Jong-un has allegedly executed a general by throwing him into a piranha-filled fish tank. The general, whose name has not been named yet, was accused of planning a coup, but ended up as the latest victim of the newly developed execution method. It is reported that the giant tank was built inside Kim's Ryeongsong residence. The victim had his arms and torso cut open with knives before he was thrown into the tank. It was alleged. Like, what the hell? Like, this is proper Bond shit. Like,
It's like
you know what he's like? He's like the wee guy in Bond. You know the wee guy on the boat, the man holding a gun. What do you call that guy? No, that wasn't Odd Job. I don't know what his name was. Maybe it was Odd
Odd Job
Job.
had the hat.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
He's like, I want a fucking pool full of sharks with
Yeah.
fucking laser rays.
Yeah, and he gets it.
This guy
You
just
know what I
gets
mean?
piranhas to fucking
Ah.
it's craziness.
It is. It's absolutely nuts. Like the shit he's coming up with.
What do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll go in and take him out of it, or they'll leave him be?
Nah. I think if they do, there's too many like fucking nut jobs right behind him that'll probably just wage war in a matter. It's best to just play him out, I think.
Looks like Trump's already trying to fucking start a war over in like Iran or somewhere like that.
I like Trump though, so you know.
I don't. He was in Ireland there recently.
I know. Did you see him?
No.
He's playing golf then. and
Yeah, of
shit.
course he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen a picture of him playing golf.
Did
it was
he?
like it was like him, whoever he's playing with, and a caddy, and then there was about 18 special service agents.
Yeah. That's not relaxing round the
I
golf.
was like, why? Like,
Yeah, I know.
and it's Ireland too. Like, if he's in America, there's probably 50.
I know, yeah. I have a couple other bits of news, but I think I want to touch on. Do you want to touch on E3 a wee bit?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because E3 happened.
Yeah, it happened. And it's
So they kind of seg you into my next.
if you're at all into gaming, it's a big week. Gaming
So
year.
E3 happened. The big electronic
Entertainment.
expo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
3E baby.
PlayStation still remains a non-entry into this whole thing.
They didn't even do like a Nintendo thing.
No.
Which just
No.
come on, guys.
No, I know. So it's kind of the whole thing is kind of died out. But this year was still. There was a couple of. I was shocked by a couple of things. Do you want to just talk about what we're excited about?
I think
kind of
so.
big
Yeah.
big hitters.
I think that's the only way to talk about it.
Me personally, Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct was like stole the show for me. I was like, holy shit, this is. Class.
You'll have to fill me in on what actually happened.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn on that light.
We're gonna get some lights in here. Chris is gonna tell us about Nintendo Direct. I think it was garbage. Oh, that light. It's gorgeous.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
I thought Nintendo Direct was hot garbage.
Really?
I didn't see it, Chris.
All right, okay.
You know that.
Well, did you hear about the announcements?
I heard there's another Zelda.
The Breath of the Wild sequel, and they kept it the last. They're like, oh, we have one more thing.
Oh yeah, that's always so good.
Know,
so good to do that.
And then it came along. It fucking yeah. They had Animal Crossing New Horizons for Switch, which fucking people love
that.
No
I heard a cool thing about that. Though the reason it got delayed is because they didn't want their staff to be crunching to get it in, so they delayed it. Maybe it was supposed to be at E3 last year, but they just said no. Let's let everyone get this in their own time.
Right.
Because apparently, what do you call them? CD Projekt Red. Apparently, they had put their employees under a major crunch recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
They had no more Heroes 3, which I'm not a big fan of, but it was a big thing apparently. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Astral Chain, Luigi's Mansion 3 coming to Switch.
I've seen that actually.
Big thing. I'm looking forward to that. The Witcher 3. You were talking about CD Projekt Red.
Crazy.
The Witcher 3 is coming to Switch.
I don't know how they're doing
The
it.
Witcher 3 is coming to Switch. So the biggest fucking open world game you could ever imagine.
And it's the full with all the DLC, all the expansions. So it's really 3 games coming to Switch.
Yeah, it's the whole lot. It's everything. You sent the perfect message to me whenever we talked about this. It was you wanted bigger, better graphics, 4K resolution. So
that's how we used to go. It was we need this Xbox One X, we need this in 4K, we need this at maximum resolution, and then Switch are just we're gonna bring it down to 540 pixels.
We're gonna put Geralt in your pocket.
Yeah. Fucking right.
I actually watched most of my watching of Nintendo Direct was watching the reaction at the New York Nintendo store.
Oh,
just
they
so
always
I could
do
watch
that, don't
people
they?
fucking going nuts.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was another big one. Trials of Mana, Final Fantasy VII remake, PS4, Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, sorry, I'm on the PS4 as well. There's a couple more for Switch, but they kind of blend in with the other.
Yeah,
they're
big sort of.
The Nintendo Direct was the big one for me. Breath of the Wild sequel. I haven't finished Breath of the Wild yet, but I just knew it was a fucking big game. The Witcher 3 in your pocket, Luigi's Mansion.
The Witcher 3 in your pocket. That's what they should call it.
It has to be. And Animal Crossing are just 3
3 big ones for you.
100%.
Yeah, I heard about The Witcher just because everyone was just saying how or why and how is this going to even happen. Yeah. And I seen a couple of the other announcements from Nintendo. Yeah, but as I said to you, Chris, E3 kind of I was so hyped going at E3 this year, and then from day one I was just all right, and then my just anticipation and my interest just waned throughout the week, and I kind of decided I'm just going to get my updates as they come.
That's how I got mine. They were popping up on my screen. I was if I wanted to read about them, I opened the email as such, and then
I think a lot of the reason for that is because Sony didn't bother to come this year, so it was kind of after day one, what's left.
I know, yeah.
And I know Bethesda and all these other big studios.
What happened with Bethesda? Did they own up to fucking 76 or what did Todd Howard do?
My takeaway is that he just came on and apologized for 60 minutes.
Was it actually? Yeah, I thought it might be something.
We're making a good game. Come back and try, and people were no. No.
Are they they're obviously still pushing. They're still adamant that this is going to work. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, they got to put their time into this, try and make it a game worth buying. I think because it's really cheap now. So I think their plan is if people go get it now they actually got a game to play, and they confirmed there's actually going to be NPCs in it now. So there's actually going to be people you can talk to rather than just all being on fucking computer screens.
Okay.
So they're going to make it a bit better. But I think that game's already dead. Let's just be real for a second.
Are you at all interested in Star Wars or the Lego Star Wars.
I'm more interested in the Lego Star
The
Wars.
Skywalker saga.
Yeah,
covers all
looks-
9 movies. Yeah,
It
that's
looks
pretty fun.
like
dude.
just tremendous fun.
And that's on Switch as well.
That's what all
I
you
don't
want.
know why, but I've taken a mad inkling to like, get back into Switch.
Back on the Switch.
Yeah,
I haven't played my
100%.
Switch in so long.
Me either.
But yeah, the other one from Star Wars was the Fallen Order Jedi something.
Yeah.
It's coming from Respawn, the guys who did Titanfall, which
Mhm.
should mean it's going to be good on paper, but
Yeah.
that's just on paper.
Tell me this, because this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Gears.
Gears was so disappointing.
Oh fuck! Right.
Just like the worst.
I was
The worst E3 presentation for Gears I've ever seen.
Same.
Like I was expecting to
I'm
see.
not hyped at all for this.
I was expecting to see gameplay. I was expecting to hear about the story. I was expecting so much, and all I got was like a trailer, which was just a girl's face
Yeah.
for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then Rod Ferguson come on like he was fucking big swinging dick. Fucking
God's
Ferguson
gift to humanity.
walks on stage and he's like, "I got something for you. We got a brand new game mode coming to Gears." And
What is this new game mode?
to be fair, it actually looks pretty cool. It's Escape.
Escape. What is
So it's
it?
like you get dropped into the middle of like a swarm hive.
Right.
You got to deploy a bomb, and then you got to get out whilst the bomb is going off behind you.
Right.
It actually looks really cool. It's weird. Here's the thing I picked up at E3 this year. 3-player co-op is like this new thing that has started.
3-player co-op.
3-player co-op. So Escape is 3-player co-op. Rather
Why
than 4.
3?
That's what I was like.
Why
Why?
not 2? Why not 4?
I don't
Nice
know.
Even numbers. Throw 3 into the mix. That's
But
just
it's like
fucking
ever
weird.
since Apex did it, everyone's doing it.
Really?
Yeah, so another one was like Battletoads is doing 3-player. What else? There's another one fucking doing
3-player.
bringing out 3-player co-op. It's just weird. I guess it's because like you don't have 4 people to play with. You don't have 4 people at a time.
Fair enough.
2 makes sense, and then they're just instead of doubling, they're going to go to 3. But yeah, and they didn't even show gameplay of that, Chris. It was just another
No,
trailer.
I know.
So basically, they didn't give us anything.
Did you see the other
And then he
trailer
walked
then that
off.
came out? It's called like Meat, and it's one of the guys' names.
Is a new guy? I
Like
think
Khan or something.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it. I didn't bother.
Yeah, I'm really not impressed by it at all.
Just the worst E3 showing they've ever
For
done.
Gears, well, I think Gears Pop is coming.
Gears Pop, it just looked like
you interested in that?
a mobile game.
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
100%.
No, I just wanted Gears to be like the highlight of the show, and
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think their plan is like the next couple of months they're gonna like focus on it.
Yeah.
But I was just so let down by it.
Same, dude.
Once that went past, I was like, that's when my interest started to wane in E3.
Yeah.
Microsoft conference was like, I thought was really good when I
Halo?
watched it.
Halo.
Yeah, Halo was there.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Well, this is kind of it. Like I was like stoked because I
Yeah.
seen Master Chief in his fucking badass armor, and he looks like a beast.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
but whenever it ended, I was like, okay, that's another like kind of cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
And then I thought back on it, I was like, everything Microsoft showed was cinematic. trailers.
Cinematic.
I didn't see
like
any gameplay.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this about? I think I know the reson why. Sony didn't come this year,
Yeah.
right? So Microsoft had their pick of what they wanted to show,
Exactly.
and they basically said, we're going to show you 60-something games, but like you don't have time to focus on anything.
No.
So they just
So we'll
decided,
just show you 60 cinematic trailer.
trailer, and I was like, that's your problem. They should have just broke it down to about 20 games and give us the fucking best of the best.
What was your take on Square Enix's Avengers?
Didn't see it. Couldn't care less.
Are you interested in this Avengers game? A lot of people hype for this Avengers.
Everyone's hyped for it,
Fucking
and I'm just
yeah.
like, I don't.
Concept is great. Story could be good, but
What is the story?
I don't know. I do not know. I don't.
What is the concept? Is it a story based game, or is it like a Smash battle game?
Oh, sorry. I had something else. Before I talk about that, the Blair Witch game.
Oh, it actually looked really cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'd play that.
That was early on in the conference, and I was like, "This looks like Outlast." I was saying to Laura, I was like, "This is an Outlast game,"
Yeah.
and then it was just like Blair Witch. I was like, "That actually seems like it could be class." Yeah, a couple of random games I didn't expect that I like the look of. One of them, a game I never asked for, but I'm actually really excited for, is Minecraft Dungeons. It looks class.
Don't even. I am on Switch.
Yeah,
I
on
am
Switch.
fucking
Yeah,
so excited for that game, man. Looting,
looks great.
Minecraft top down, perfect.
It just looks like fun, doesn't it?
Absolutely
I was
perfect.
so surprised by that, and I was watching it going, I don't know about this, and then I was just like, after what, I was like,
Yeah.
I think I want to play this game. But yeah, for me, the biggest takeaway out of E3 this year was I've got 2 things that I was really like. I actually went like, oh, that's class. Number 1 was Keanu Reeves.
That's right. Yeah. Right now.
Keanu
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
They did the Cyberpunk trailer,
Yeah.
and I was like, I like this. I wish it was gameplay. I was a bit again, I wanted more gameplay.
Yeah.
I was like, I love Cyberpunk. I'm more excited for it than anything else. And then all of a sudden, in the cinematic, up pops Keanu Reeves, and I was like, Keanu Reeves is in this game. That's class.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Project Red then said as well that they had private demonstrations to show off. They had separate demonstrations to show off behind.
They did that last year as well.
Yeah. So,
But Chris, whenever you see Keanu Reeves on the big screen in a cinematic,
yeah.
and then a door opens and a white light blasts through it, and there's this figure with the hair, and you're like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
And I walks Keanu Reeves. That was probably the highlight of E3 for me. I fucking loved that.
Didn't they do that with Terry Crews? Not as big as that.
I don't think he was actually there.
For Crackdown?
I don't think so.
Was he not there for that?
I think he was in the Crackdown trailer.
Was he not there for... I thought he was there for E3. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't care. Keanu
Reeves.
I was so pumped when I seen him.
I know.
And then my actual takeaway from E3, which I enjoyed, was the Game Pass that Xbox have done is now on PC.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you can get Game Pass, and then the PC Game Pass, and then Xbox Live Gold for like $15 a month. And I was like, that's about like 11. That's about 12 quid.
Yeah.
I currently pay like 7 quid for Game Pass. I was like, I'm going to get this.
Yeah, 100%.
That is probably my new, that's probably how I'm
Your
going to
new
play
thing.
games from
Yeah.
now on. It's because it's all like those, the Gears and all those games that are going to come and Minecraft Dungeons I'm going to get.
It's all there.
But in the meantime, I'm playing fucking Hellblade,
I know.
Senua's Sacrifice.
Are you playing it?
Start playing it.
Tell me about it.
It's Norse mythology, Chris.
Oh.
So it's really fucking good.
Fuck.
And,
I wanted to play it ages ago.
Oh,
and
so
it was before it was released in a hard copy. And I was like, I don't know if I want to download this and play it, but
you should.
I shouldn't
Did
I?
it come to Switch? Hardly. But
No.
whatever it comes
don't
to,
think it came to
Chris,
Switch.
you should play. And just like that's just kind of like what I'm enjoying. Oh, the other thing that really excited me was Forza Horizon Lego.
I didn't see that.
Oh man, I actually have it. I got it. It's so much fun. It's basically just like the game, except
Wow.
instead of having regular trees and plants and stuff, it's all made out of Lego.
Right.
There's nothing more satisfying than driving through a field of flowers and they just go pop, 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 pop.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
It's very, very, very soothing, Chris.
The Last of Us, apparently set for February 2020.
That's because the voice actress apparently
yeah,
leaked this.
apparently. Let a wee bleep out. I still don't think it's going to be.
That's two games I was bummed that aren't out this year.
I think that could be another publicity stunt, maybe.
Maybe.
I
You
honestly,
think it's coming 2019?
No, I think it'll be fall. I think it'll be late 2020. I think they're going to hold off, and I think it's going to be a brilliant game, but I don't think we'll see it any time before like September.
I mean, 2020. Fall.
I would prefer it to be a fall game. I don't know why.
I think Christmas 2020 is going to be PS5.
Oh,
Honest
yeah.
to God, yeah. I think they shoot themselves in the foot if they left it that late.
True, actually.
Halo Infinite was confirmed to be a
Yeah.
next generation game.
Mhm.
And it's coming holiday
Holiday.
2020, so that's what we're expecting our next
They're going to get their
Xbox.
shit out, yeah. What is their project name?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. That's
Project
it, yeah.
Scarlet. Still don't know how that's gonna come out, but the good thing about Halo is it's coming to PC. So you don't want to buy the new Xbox, you play it there.
Yeah. Do you play them? Right. Let's talk a little bit before we go into. We're going to talk about what we've played. Do you play a lot of PC at the minute? Or?
I'm dabbling between the two, Chris.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I think from now on I'm gonna play like first person shooters on PC,
Right.
just because it's such a good way to play those types of games.
Okay.
Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to PC, starting with Reach.
Oh.
I know. So
Holy
I'm fucking
shit.
stoked for that. I'm gonna play that on PC.
What
And
a
then I think what they're going to
tremendous
do there is they're going to kind of like drop the game, so Reach, then they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to do that in the build up to Infinite coming out
Infinite.
at the end of next year. But yeah,
That's
pretty
a
much.
great idea.
I play some games on PC, but recently I've been playing quite a bit of Xbox. So I played more Minecraft. I've been playing.
Tell me what you've been playing this week because I want to hear about it.
I played Minecraft.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Basically just starting to commit myself to the survival
Yeah.
element of it again.
It's so easy.
I know.
It's addictive.
I'm cleaning up the place, you know. I'm just
Addictive.
tinkering with things,
Yeah.
fixing them up, getting
Yeah.
ideas, you know.
Yeah. Oh, here.
Dabbled. I went to the Nether the other day just to see how things were. You know?
Oh, I went to the fucking Nether. Let me tell you.
Playing a bit of that, playing a bit of Forza with the Lego DLC, which is just fun. Just fun to do.
Nice.
Started Hellblade,
Yeah.
finished, and I'm so pumped. I finished Celeste, which is this like platformer game.
Right.
It's just, Chris, it's so good.
Right.
It's like a really simple mechanic of like double jumps and kind of like boosts,
Okay.
but like the way the levels start to change and play on that, it's just so good and really, really challenging. And you have to perfect things to get through.
Would you play that on?
Xbox.
Xbox, nice.
Because I got it for free on the Xbox with the thing. So like I just, it was so hard, Chris, to get there. I died 2,400 times.
Jesus.
Yeah, it keeps track of your deaths because like it's just crazy. But I got there. I climbed the mountain.
Well done. How long did it take you?
It took me like 12 hours.
Jesus.
I know.
Decent. At least you're getting it was free, your money's
worth.
worth.
Yeah, got my money's worth. I might go back and see if I can pick up all the bonuses and stuff, Chris. It's just one of those games. I think it's on Switch, which is a perfect place for it. Perfect place for it, definitely.
I seen Cuphead the other day on Switch. Had it in my hand. Was ready to check out. No, didn't. Because I am too deep in Minecraft again.
Fair.
So deep in Minecraft.
I picked up Cuphead for the Switch.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I beat the first island and then I just got like, I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
Kind of keep
Are you playing
dying.
anything on Switch at the minute?
Not a thing. Last thing I played was Cuphead.
We talked about it. We should do another Mario Kart video.
Oh, for sure.
Like a Mario Kart marathon.
That would be sick.
It'd be a good way to kind of come back to the video gaming videos that we do sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
It's been a year since we've done our last one, as of yesterday.
I was planning to have a video up for that, but then I thought about it now. It's gonna be good. Just wait.
That's good stuff. I'm actually excited to see that.
Yeah, Minecraft's coming back. I played Minecraft this week.
That's
the only game I've played. I built a blaze farm.
Ooh.
In the Nether.
Ooh.
That took me a shit long time.
I can imagine.
But we have a fully operational, functional blaze and XP farm in the Nether. So.
See, this is the thing, Chris. It's like once you commit yourself to building something like a farm, then it takes so many resources to get that. But then it's like, now I've got infinite blaze.
I know. I'm also ready to go and find the end portal or the stronghold, but I'm going to do that as part of a video.
Fair.
And then just tinkering with stuff around the world, making stuff look good. You know, putting in paths and trees and some lights outside, and just crafting crap basically.
There's a new update. You don't play on that edition of Minecraft?
No.
You should probably think about jumping over to it.
I don't.
It's got dolphins, Chris.
I don't like the crafting in it though.
Oh yeah, the crafting's weird. I don't even use the crafting
it's
anymore.
PC crafting, like
it is, but you don't really use that. You just go. Like, there's a menu on the left that just like has what you want to build. You just click on it and it just builds it.
Yeah, you see, I like that. It's just so much easier.
That's what it has.
Oh, okay.
That's what I use. But it's like it's weird. It is different and it's weird. Yeah. But when you get on it, it's like it's fine.
That was the one thing I didn't like because I have the newer one in there.
The disc.
Yeah, and I just.
Yeah, I mean, it's got dolphins in it, Chris.
I know. Maybe I'll update.
I was sailing over to the village I frequently go to, and this dolphin just kept jumping up beside me, and I was like,
"That's awesome!
Fuck, this is cool."
My plans for this week on Minecraft are to get a cactus farm going.
Nice.
I have plans to make a giant creeper. Don't ask why.
No.
A cactus farm going. I'm gonna look for some clay. A couple of different farms. I think I want to get some. I like farms. And then my potion room because I'm gonna start brewing. If we're gonna go to the end, we gotta have some kind of stuff with us. I also want to go and see if I can find the guardians in the ocean. Do you ever hear of those? No. Like ocean temples, ocean monuments.
Oh yeah.
And the big guardians that live under, like big fish, but they like fire like fucking rays, like these like fucking like electronic rays.
I've never seen this.
You never make a guardian farm, and they like guard like this like big gold block in like monuments under the water.
All
it's
right.
Weird. It's weird. Captain Sparkles was the YouTuber I watched whenever he first went there. I was like, what the hell is this? But apparently they've been around for like as long as Minecraft's been around, I think.
That's interesting.
Guardians in the ocean.
You don't go under the ocean much.
You gotta like sail way out into the ocean, then you just see like these like things swimming under. Drink a potion for like water breathing, and then you gotta dive down, and they all guard it. Like, and there's the elder guardian, and then there's like the normal guardians. They're really hard to kill, but we're gonna go and see.
You gotta go find out.
Yeah.
So that's what your gaming plans are.
That's my gaming
for
plan.
the foreseeable.
I'm gonna play Minecraft just until it kills me again.
It's fair.
I love Minecraft.
Sure, perfect thing to do. My ambitions are still to get playing that Witcher DLC some point. I don't know when. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in, but I do want to do that.
I do want to take back into my Switch though. I have so many good games that I just haven't given the time of day. I want to finish Captain Toad as well. Treasure Tracker.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It's
actually.
a great game.
I'd like to try it out.
And we got to play some Mario Kart.
sure.
We should
For sure.
contact Sinker as well. We should just do a night of gaming. I know that we make all the best laid plans and it'll never happen, but I like to think that they'll happen someday.
Just to write it down and have it in your head.
Sinker's so busy and lives so far away, and you live in Belfast, I live here, and we just don't play games like we used to.
She does go to Belfast. Just meet me there.
Yeah, right enough. We'll just meet in the centre.
Yeah.
Belfast seems to be the centre.
Just go to the game in Craven and play there. On those things.
That'd be that'd be quite central to all of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sinker have the
advantage or the upper hand. I don't want to give him the upper hand. No. Let's meet in Oma.
Yeah, I was about to say let's go to fucking Meath.
Yeah. Oh, Meath is a good one. Yeah, Meath is a good one. Yeah.
Really far away.
Right, Sinker, if you're watching this, we're meeting in Meath.
Don't let us down.
That's all the news I have this week, D. That was a lot of fucking news.
Half of it wasn't news either.
I know, yeah.
But yeah. Oh, did you see any good films around recently, Chris? I know we'll do that at the end.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end. This is the Empty Promise podcast. Remember, you can find us over at youtube.com. That is the video version. If you're watching the video version on youtube.com/XI Gaming, sorry, I should say, you can take us with you on the go by finding us at any podcast hosting service such as Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher. iTunes is actually dying a death. I wouldn't use that.
iTunes isn't a thing anymore. They got rid of iTunes. Now it's Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts is where you can find us. You'll find us on Spotify, iTunes. It just rolls off your tongue.
It does. It just sounds right, doesn't it?
Find us there. So there you go.
Apple Tunes.
That's it. Oh
no. Too far.
What do you want to talk about this week? I know you want to talk about something. Well, you can't.
Oh yeah, I mean, I prepared a bit of an essay for you.
Oh, I just like listening.
So this is one that we kind of dabbled in these kind of things before, true crime kind of discussions. We talked about in the past. We've talked about Ted Bundy.
Oh, we have talked about.
We've talked about. I forget the name of the guy. Remember, abducted in plain sight. What's his name? Weirdo.
Is his name Joseph?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, I got it.
You probably have notes.
I keep notes about this shit.
Robert. Bob.
Oh, it was Bob. Yeah.
Was it?
He called him Bob. Christopher, this is not my same notebook. 500 turkeys. Nicki Minaj bought 500 turkeys. Remember that?
That's a long time ago.
So, guys, I don't have my notes.
I'm sorry,
but yeah, it was Bob or something like that, or B. Remember everyone called him B.
Oh yeah,
that guy. Abducted in plain sight. We talked about this type of stuff before, but this week I've decided to go down a different route. Have you got it?
No. What did you say to me before we started? This is like, because we're in episode 80, we're octogenarians.
Yeah.
Here are my notes from last week.
Oh my god.
And the last thing I wrote down, octogenarians. Is this a conspiracy?
We have to do a conspiracy episode on this conspiracy.
What the hell is going?
What have you written above that as well, out of interest?
Obliquous.
Ubiquitous.
Douche? What is it? Ubiquitous douche?
Douche.
No. Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Ubiquitous.
I'd seen ubiquitous and I was like...
Ubiquitous. It's either clush or douche. Ubiquitous. Dulce? Douche? Dance. Dice?
I have no idea.
Ubiquitous. Device. Ubiquitous device.
That's what it is. Holy schnitzel.
Turn that
We do these podcasts and we don't remember what they're about.
No clue. That was on 7 a.m. Sunday the 2nd of June.
To be fair, we were
look at the shit I'm writing this down on fucking sticky notes, like, you know. God, we gotta
rip those up. We might need those next week.
I know. For ubiquitous device. I can't believe octogenarians came up. We are octogenarians though.
The podcast is an octogenarian. We're not.
Oh, sorry.
Not yet. That I know of.
But yeah, you prepared an essay for me.
Sort of, yeah. An investigation, if you will, Chris. Basically, I really enjoy these ones that we do when we go into like these, like, you know, serial killer kind of fucking creeps, true crime kind of things. And I read this one a while back, right? Okay. And whenever Laura said to me you should do something about serial killers, this is the one that kind of stuck out in my head. Have you ever heard, Chris? 1 second. I gotta find out. You got 1 second. I gotta get it up. Sorry, guys. This is.
It's fine. We have this a lot.
We do have this a lot. Okay, I've got it now, Chris.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Golden State Killer?
I've heard of the Golden State Warriors. Now they're a basketball team.
That's correct, Chris.
Yeah, that is correct.
They do sound similar, but they're actually not related.
Okay.
Fantastic.
No, I haven't heard of
the
the
Golden State Warriors lost to the Raptors this week as well.
No way.
Yeah, Friday night. Raptors are Canadian. Ottawa, I think. Canadian team. It's the first time a Canadian team's ever won the
so much
the NBA.
Useful information in this podcast.
Tremendous stuff. Because Drake was there, and apparently he was being Drake. Yeah. At the
Was he
basketball.
supporting the?
Yeah. He's supporting the Raptors.
Oh, the Raptors.
Yeah, I think so.
'Cause
He's
you ever-
Canadian.
Do you ever hear about that curse thing he has? Everywhere he shows up, the people he's supporting lose.
Oh, really?
It's like that time he showed up in the McGregor fight with the tricolour, and McGregor got the shit kicked out of him.
Fuck's sake, Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Just goddamn it.
He has a real bad history with that.
Well, not the Golden State Warriors. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Golden State Killer. And it's pretty... Listen, guys, it's grim listening, but it's fascinating stuff.
Okay, here we go.
Let's admit it. We're all secretly really interested in all this crack.
Yeah, we are. We love... Yeah, and ever since the fucking dawn of Netflix fucking true crime, people have been fucking
Everybody talks about this stuff.
off their rockers on death.
This one here...
That's semen.
This one is... Yeah, it's all about semen, guys.
That's all Law and Order SVU is.
It completely, 100% is all over this case. Got semen splattered everywhere in here, Chris. So we do.
Splattered.
Oh, I. She's all over the place.
Jesus.
But it is. It's because these serial killers always have they always have these
A healthy
sex
dose.
things. You know?
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
know. Yeah, they've got weird fetishes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is another one. It's grim listening, but secretly you're all pretty interested in this kind of stuff, and this one is interesting indeed.
Good. Hold on to your butts.
Okay, so the Golden State Killer. In the Sacramento area, he was known as the East Area Rapist.
Nice.
And was linked by modus operandi, MO. That's what MO means. You know, people,
MO.
what's his MO?
Yeah.
It means modus operandi.
Oh.
Ah, I never knew that. Also, this is completely unrelated. Stat in, you say I need something stat.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I need something statistical.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Doesn't make any sense.
I need something
like-
statutory.
No.
I need something.
I thought it was like an acronym, ASAP.
Oh yeah. What is it?
It's not. It's another Latin word. It's like statio or something like that.
No way.
I really should have written this one down, guys. My apologies. But yeah, it means I need something immediately, right now. And it's a Latin thing, and it's in the medical community, and it's only there. That's why you always hear, I need 20 cc's of insulin, stat.
Wow.
Right? Okay, so I haven't got past the first sentence. We're already on a massive tangent.
Just now that you said it, do you know what hospital stands for?
Oh my God, what?
It's like Home of Sick Patients, something, and Labour. I swear to God, I don't know what the IT stands for. Home of Sick Patients.
Hospital.
Or Home of Sick People, or House of Sick People in Turmoil and Labour, or something like that.
In turmoil and labor. Oh my God.
It's
That can't be real.
Yeah, it's real. That's what hospital is that.
It's an abbreviation.
Yeah.
My God, we learned so much on this podcast. Oh, we should call this the informative podcast.
The Informicast.
The Informicast.
God,
we literally say about 3 interesting things a podcast that we think we're so fucking intelligent.
Blow our own minds. So good. Right, go on.
So he was known as East Area Rapist. He was also later known as, for his Southern California crimes, as the original Night Stalker.
Jesus.
So he is suspected to have begun as a burglar, at which point he was known as the Visalia Ransacker. He's got so many aliases.
I know.
You know what I mean? So he was the Visalia Ransacker turned East Area Rapist turned original Night Stalker.
AKA.
Before moving to the Sacramento area based on a similar MO, modus operandi, and circumstantial evidence. So, essentially, he was a serial criminal rapist turned
burglar.
Murderer.
Wow.
Gosh. During the investigation of this mysterious Golden State Killer, several suspects have been cleared through DNA evidence, alibi, or other investigative methods. In 2001, DNA testing indicated the East Area Rapist and the original Night Stalker were in fact the same person.
This was as early as 2001. Isn't that
This
long?
is very
Holy shit.
recent, Chris, that this was all sort of tied up. The federal The FBI and local law enforcement had a news conference on June 15th, 2016 to announce a renewed nationwide effort offering $50,000 for his reward and capture. So that's in 2016. That's just how recent we're talking about here.
So we know it's a male, and we know he operates in the Sacramento area.
Yeah, and he's moved. You know, he was in Contra Costa County. Contra Costa County.
Contra Costa Coffee?
Unfortunately not. To heighten awareness about the uncaught killer, crime writer Michelle McNamara coined the name Golden State Killer in early 2013. So that's kind of like how he's still very relevant in recent hearts and minds. Jesus. Is that
the Golden State?
2016 they had a renewed effort to try and catch this guy.
2016 they had a renewed effort to try to catch him.
Mm-hmm. So
he's still not caught. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Well, Chris,
from 2001 to 2016, even that's enough.
2001? No. Let's go way further back than that. We're going to start way back with the Visalia ransacker, April 1974 until December 1975. It was long suspected that the training ground of the criminal who would later become the Golden State Killer was Visalia, California. Blah, blah, blah.
That's 20 months of ransacking and no one caught him. In 74. Like, what the fuck are you doing, please? What are the cops doing?
From April 1974 to December 1975, the Visalia ransacker is believed to have been responsible for one murder and around 120 burglaries. So that's in about a year? About a year and a half?
20 months.
Yeah, 20 months. Yeah. He did 120 burglaries and a murder. Most of his activities involved breaking into houses, rifling through or vandalizing the owner's possessions, scattering women's underclothing, stealing coins and low-value or personal items, while often ignoring banknotes and other valuable items in plain sight.
That's 6 burglaries a month. That's 1 a week.
That's an efficient criminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, isn't it interesting?
He ransacked ladies.
He ransacked like possessions, scattering women's underclothing. Stealing coins and low-value things, personal effects, rather than taking like
big valuable items,
which were easily accessible in plain sight. That's kind of his MO. That's what they kind of.
So he probably just got his fucking kicks off this. Like
exactly.
Stealing stuff that he knew were like personal to people, maybe like pictures and lockets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So he was like, what would you call that? Like, he's just rampant, like a rampant burglar.
Yeah, rampant and fucking like sick and twisted.
The Golden State Killer is believed to have moved to the Sacramento area, progressing from burglary to rape in mid-1976. The crimes initially centered on unincorporated areas of Carmichael, Citrus Heights, and Rancho Cordova, east of Sacramento. Jesus. His initial modus operandi was to stalk middle-class neighborhoods at night in search of women who were alone in one-story homes, usually near a school, creek, trail, or other open space that would provide a quick escape. Jesus. So he was pretty efficient. I know it's an awful thing to say, but yeah. He was seen a number of times, but always successfully fled. On one occasion, he shot and seriously wounded a young pursuer. Ooh. So he had a series of close calls during this period. Most victims had seen or heard a prowler on their property before the attacks, and many had experienced break-ins. Police believe that the offender would conduct extensive reconnaissance in a targeted neighborhood, looking into windows, prowling in yards, before selecting a home for attack. It is believed that he sometimes entered the homes of future victims to unlock windows, unload guns, and plant ligatures for later use. So he actually went in,
planted his shit,
prepared stuff before actually coming in. He frequently telephoned future victims, sometimes for months in advance, to learn their daily routines.
That's nuts.
So this guy did some serious recon. Just crazy, like, wow. Some people are like, it's mad. I think people are so driven to do these like just insane things.
I know. How did he get by? Did he have a job? You know.
Let's proceed with the discussion, shall we, and see what we find out. Although he originally targeted women alone in their homes with children, the offender eventually preferred attacking couples. His MO was to break in through a window or sliding glass door and awaken the sleeping occupants with a flashlight, threaten them with a handgun. So rather than just like doing...
So he got ballsy then. Yeah. He got fucking bored of his shit, so he wanted something that could in the next level.
To make it, a little bit more exciting. Victims were then bound with ligatures. I'm assuming ligatures means...
like ropes and shit like that.
Oh yeah, often shoelaces were the ligatures, which he found or brought with him, blindfolded and gagged with towels, which he ripped up into strips. The female victim was usually forced to tie up her male companion before she was bound. The bindings often so tight that the victim's hands were numb for hours after being untied.
Jesus.
He separated the couple, often stacking dishes on the man's back and threatening to kill everyone in the house if he heard them rattle. Jesus Christ.
This guy knows what he's doing.
Not insane. Like,
who'd ever think of that?
it's like kind of like
a mind game. It's a mind fuck, you know.
Imagine, like, that's just
oh my god! If I hear those rattle.
He would then move the woman to the living room and often raped her repeatedly, sometimes for several hours.
Jesus.
While her partner lay
trying
not to rattle dishes, or else everyone would die.
Oh, it's horrible,
isn't it?
Jesus,
just insane. A victim described the East Area rapist's face as a young and round with wide eyes and a broad mouth. The offender sometimes spent hours in the home, ransacking closets and drawers, eating food in the kitchen, drinking beer, raping the female again, and making additional threats. Victims sometimes thought he had left the house before he jumped from the darkness.
Jeez.
So he spent hours.
So he hung about, ate the food, raped the females.
Jesus Christ.
You know, drank their beer. Then they'd think he was gone, and then all of a sudden, no, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still hanging about. Oh my God, this guy was fucking off his tree.
The offender typically stole items, often personal objects and items of little value, but occasionally took cash and firearms. He then crept away, leaving victims uncertain if he had left. The offender was believed to escape on foot through a series of yards and then use a bicycle to go home, or a car, making extensive use of parks, schoolyards, creek beds and other open spaces which kept him off the street.
Jesus.
He operated in Sacramento County from the first attacks in June 1976 until May 1977. After a 3-month gap, he struck in nearby San Joaquin County in September before returning to Sacramento for all but one of the next 10 attacks.
Jesus.
The rapist attacked 5 times during the summer of 1978 in Stanislaus and Yolo counties before disappearing again for 3 months. Attacks then moved primarily to Contra Costa County in October and lasted until July 1979. So basically, he operated as this fucking insane guy who would break into people's homes, tie them up, rape women for 3 years, June 1976 until July 1979.
It was a big year for him. Big couple of years.
Yeah.
Shit.
Now we move on to the murders.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
A young Sacramento couple, Brian and Katie Maggiore, the former a military policeman at Maher Air Base, were walking their dog in Rancho Cordova area on the night of February 2nd, 1978. So this is during the period that he was...
Yeah, this is his big summer. Yeah.
Near where 5 East Area rapist attacks had occurred, the Maggiores fled after a confrontation in the street, but were chased down and shot dead. Some investigators suspected that they had been murdered by the East Area rapist because of their proximity to the other attacks, and because a shoelace was found nearby. The FBI announced in June 15th, 2016, so back to nearly modern day, that it was confident the East Area rapist murdered the Maggiores.
It took them that long for them to decide that they were confident?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know, because he kept getting away, you know, and they couldn't tie him down anywhere or track him to a specific location. Okay, so now we move on to the period of the original Night Stalker.
Yeah.
So he gets a promotion, if you want to say it that way.
AKA the Night Stalker.
Shortly after a rape committed July 5th, the East Area rapist moved to Southern California and first struck in the Santa Barbara County in October. The attacks lasted until 1981, so from 1979 to 1981, with a lone 1986 attack, and took a darker turn as the rapist began to kill his victims.
Jesus.
Only the couple in the first attack survived. By alerting neighbours and forcing the intruder to flee, the other victims were murdered by gunshot or bludgeoning. Since the East Area rapist was not linked to these crimes for decades, he was also known as the Night Stalker in this area before being renamed to the original Night Stalker after serial killer Richard Ramirez got that nickname instead. So Richard Ramirez becomes Night Stalker and this guy becomes the original Night Stalker. So basically...
So he's once again upped his game. So now he's not just harassing these people or burgling, he's killing them.
I can go into detail on some of these, Chris.
Please do.
I don't know how much I might want to do this, but basically I have a series of just
the murders and what
descriptions
happened. Yeah,
of the murders.
Tell me. We got to hear these. We got to hear these.
So,
It's what the people want to hear.
1979, October 1st, an intruder broke in and tied up a Goleta couple. I assume that's the area.
Okay.
Alarmed by hearing him say, "I'll kill him," to himself, the man and woman tried to escape, and he left the room. Tried to escape when he left the room, and the woman screamed. Realizing that an alarm had been raised, the intruder fled on bicycle. A neighbor who was an FBI agent responded to the noise and pursued the perpetrator, who abandoned the bicycle and a knife and fled on foot through the local backyards. The attack was later linked to the Offerman Manning murders by shoe prints and twine used to bind the victims.
So that was the couple that kind of survived because they alerted the. How
Their
lucky
neighbor.
are they that their neighbor was a fucking FBI agent?
But
Jesus.
even an FBI agent, he still managed to get away.
On a bicycle through the backyard.
So that was the first. That was the first account where they survived.
Yeah.
On December 30th, 44-year-old Robert Offerman and 35-year-old Deborah Alexander Manning were found shot dead at Offerman's condominium on Avienda Pequena in Goleta, so the same area. Jesus. Offerman's bindings were untied, indicating that he had lunged at the attacker. Neighbours had heard gunshots. Paw prints of a large dog were found at the scene, leading to speculation that the killer may have brought one with him.
Jesus.
The killer also broke into the vacant adjoining residence and stole a bicycle, later found abandoned in a street north of the scene.
Christ.
March 1980.
So he shoots that couple.
So he shot a couple dead.
Okay.
In the following year, the following March, the following spring, 33-year-old Charlene Smith and 43-year-old Lyman Smith, who was about to be appointed as a judge, were murdered in their Ventura home. Charlene Smith had been raped. A log from a wood pile on the side of the house was used to bludgeon the victims to death.
Jesus.
August 19th, that same year, 24-year-old Keith Eli Harrington and 27-year-old Patrice Briscoe Harrington were found bludgeoned to death in their home near Cockleshell Drive. Harrington had also been raped. Although there was evidence that Harrington's wrists and ankles were bound, no ligatures or murder weapon were ever found at the scene. February 1981, Manuela Withoon was raped and murdered in her Irvine home. Again, although she had no signs of being tied up and no ligatures or murder weapon was found. The victim was married. Her husband was hospitalized, and she was alone at the time of the attack.
So her husband was just hospitalized in that one?
Yeah. No, he was hospitalized when she was attacked.
Oh,
so
shit,
previously.
Right.
July of that same year, 1981, 35-year-old Sherry Domingo and her 27-year-old and 27-year-old Gregory Sanchez were the original Night Stalkers' 10th and 11th murder victims. Both were attacked on Domingo's residence on Toltec Way in Golato, so that same area. The offender entered the house through a small bathroom window. Sanchez had not been tied and was shot and wounded in the cheek before he was bludgeoned to death with a gardening tool.
Jesus.
Really, really grim stuff. So that was the kind of main murders that happened between 1979 and 81. Then there was another incident in 1986, May 4th, 1986. 18-year-old Janelle Lisa Cruz was found after she was raped and bludgeoned to death in her Irvine home. Her family was on vacation in Mexico at the time of the attack.
Oh.
A pipe wrench reported missing by Cruz's stepfather was thought to be the murder weapon. The Southern California murders were initially thought to be connected by investigators in their respective jurisdictions. Yeah. A Sacramento detective strongly believed that the East Area rapist was responsible for the Galato attacks, but the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department attributed them to a local career criminal who was later murdered. Investigating the crimes not committed in Goleta caused local police to follow false leads related to men who were close to the female victims. One person who was later cleared was charged with 2 murders. The cases were linked almost entirely by DNA testing many years later. So basically, similar to like what we talked about with Ted Bundy, like these murders were allowed to happen because he kept jumping jurisdictions, and they were never able to like link them all together. So
and then the DNA test later, and finally link them.
Finally, many years later. But isn't like that is just some grim reading.
Holy shit!
And it happened over a couple of years, and literally never got caught.
How did he keep escaping? Like the FBI were onto this guy.
Exactly.
You know what
Like,
I mean?
but like, he did so much reconnaissance, and he
Yeah,
made
he
sure
knew these families. Like,
exactly. He knew how to get away. Chris, it gets even weirder
Okay.
than this because in December 1977, so this is going back a couple of years,
Yeah.
someone claiming to be the East Area Rapist sent a poem, Excitement's Crave, to the Sacramento Bee, which is Sacramento Bee, the mayor's office, and a television station. So the Sacramento Bee is like a publication.
Yeah.
December 11th is the date that a masked man, probably the Golden State Killer, eluded pursuit by law enforcement personnel after alerting authorities by telephone that he would strike on Watt Avenue that night. So on the same date that this poem was sent,
Yeah.
someone made a call claiming themselves to be the killer
Yeah.
and was newly apprehended. So probably was the same guy. I can read you this poem.
And he
I
says
don't
that
know if I should.
he says where he's got to strike that night.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do?
Well, I actually don't have much information on that.
Like, did he strike, or was it
No,
because
he
it was a
was-
hoax?
No, he was out. They almost caught him, so he essentially fled
Jeez.
and didn't strike that night. But he wrote a poem. I mean, I'm not going to read this poem,
Yeah. Okay.
but
You
basically,
can find the poem.
basically he's talking about things about mortals surviving birth, the selected route will unmask, accepting work to perform.
Just a nut job, basically.
Yeah.
It's like his fucking
Leisure
memoirs.
tempts, excitement seeking, what's right and expected seems tame. Stuff like that.
Jesus.
Others now feel temptation's call. Sacramento should make an offer. Just now I'd like to add the wife of a mafia lord to my file. Your East Area rapist and deserving pest. See you on press or TV. So like he had like this complex where he wanted, you know, they always talk about how serial killers want to be caught.
Mhm.
And he obviously had something similar to this where he wanted it
Yeah.
to be known.
It was that thrill of like being caught, you know. What I mean?
He also wrote like a long paragraph. I'm not gonna read that either, but essentially, you know, why serial killers have weird fucking notes and shit.
Yeah.
They found some of this stuff as well. But the really interesting stuff is the phone calls.
Okay.
So on March 18, 1977, Sacramento County Sheriff's Office received 3 calls from a man claiming to be the East Area Rapist.
Mhm.
None were recorded. The first 2 calls received at 4:15 and 4:30 p.m. were identical and ended with the caller laughing and hanging up. The final call came in at 5 p.m. with the caller saying, "I'm the East Side Rapist and I have my next victim already stalked and you guys can't catch me."
Jesus.
Just
So he just
insane.
started taunting like this.
Yeah. It reminds me of Catch Me If You Can,
Yeah.
where they start
He
ringing
just-
up
yeah.
just to show that you
Just to
can't
show,
catch
yeah.
me. A man claiming to be the rapist called the Sacramento police saying, "You're never going to catch me, East Area Rapist, you dumb fuckers. I'm going to fuck again tonight."
Jesus.
And the East Area Rapist attacked his next victim that same night.
This kid's out of his fucking
Insane,
tree.
like. A previous victim received a phone call during the 1977 Christmas season, which she attributed to her attacker. The caller said, "Merry Christmas, it's me again." Jesus Christ, like, just insane.
Imagine getting that phone call.
Here's the Watt Avenue incident, Chris.
Yeah.
So shortly before 10 p.m. on December 10th, they received 2 calls saying, "I'm going to hit tonight, Watt Avenue." Both were recorded and the caller was identified as the same person. Law enforcement patrols were increased that night. On at 2:30 a.m., a masked man eluded officers after being seen bicycling the Watt Avenue Bridge. When spotted again at 4:30 a.m., he discarded the bicycle and fled on foot. The bicycle had been stolen.
What the fuck's he doing out at 4:30 a.m.?
Because he's teasing them, he's taunting them, he's showing that he can get away. The first known rape victim received a wrong number call asking for Ray on January 2nd, 1978. The call was recorded and police suspect that it may be the same caller who made a threatening call to her later that evening. That call was also recorded and identified by the victim as the voice of her assailant. The caller said, "Gonna kill you, gonna kill you, gonna kill you."
Jesus.
January 6, 1978, he called again saying, "I have a problem, I need help because I don't want to do this anymore." After a short conversation, the caller said, "I believe you are tracing this call," and hung up. The call sort of stopped then after this for a while. Picks up again in 1982. A previous victim received a call at her place of work, a restaurant, during which the rapist threatened to rape her again. According to the police, the rapist must have changed to patronize the restaurant. Must have chanced, to patronize the restaurant and recognized his victim there. In 1991, a previous victim received a phone call from the perpetrator and spoke with him for 1 full minute. She could hear a woman and children in the background, leading to speculation that he had a family. That's 1991, sorry.
This kid could have had a family and everything. Like.
Final
I
call.
just picture him as like this fucking weirdo, like living on a fucking street somewhere.
Yeah,
you know? But he could be like a family man.
This is the messed up part about these cases. It's like always the person you least suspect could just be like a regular fucking 9 to 5 working family man. Final call, 2001.
Yeah.
April 6th. One day after an article in the Sacramento Bee linked the original Night Stalker and the East Area Rapist, a victim of the rapist received a call from him and he asked, "Remember when we played?" 2001 that was. And this is kind of interesting because now they're trying to link together his initial crimes as the East Area Rapist and his further crimes as the original Night Stalker. Right, Chris? So basically that's the final call. That's the final sort of...
Is that the last we hear of him?
The last we hear from him. Obviously, I mentioned at the start how they kind of picked up on this through DNA evidence. This was the same guy committing all these crimes. 2013, they linked that together. 2016, they had a renewed appeal to try and find this. 2014, someone called him the Golden State Killer to unify all these crimes into one single dude. On April 24th, 2018, last year,
Jesus.
Sacramento County Sheriff's officers arrested Joseph James D'Angelo, a former police officer in Auburn and Exeter, California. He was charged with 8 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances. On May 10th, the Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office charged D'Angelo with 4 additional counts of first-degree murder. Joseph James D'Angelo. Identification of D'Angelo had begun 4 months earlier when officials led by Paul Holes uploaded the killer's DNA profile from a Ventura County rape kit. So basically got his DNA from one of these rape kits. Essentially semen. Yeah. Like we talked about.
Yeah. Semen everywhere.
And they uploaded this DNA profile to the Personal Genomics website, GED Match. Right. The website identified 10 to 20 distant relatives of the Golden State Killer. So they uploaded his DNA to like one of those ancestry sites. People do that to find out where they come from. They identified 10 to 20 distant relatives. So they shared, these 10 to 20 people shared the same great-great-great-grandparents. A team of 5 investigators working with genealogist Barbara Ray Venter constructed a large family tree. They identified 2 suspects in the case, one of whom was ruled out by a relative's DNA test, leaving D'Angelo the main suspect. On April 18th, a DNA sample was surreptitiously collected from the door handle of D'Angelo's car, and later another sample was collected from a tissue found in his curbside garbage can. Both were matched to samples associated with the Golden State Killer's crimes. After D'Angelo's arrest, some commentators raised concerns about the ethics of secondary use of personal identifiable information, so how they caught his DNA.
I think nothing better to complain about. This is the Golden State fucking killer, rapist, whatever.
April 24th, 2018, Chris. They caught him.
Last year, they caught him.
Because of DNA evidence.
And people are complaining about that?
Oh, well, yeah. I didn't even mean to read that, but I thought it was more important than it was. But yeah.
They caught the Golden State Killer?
Golden State Killer.
Holy shit. So from 1970...
Was it 1974?
1974?
1 second.
He starts by breaking into people's houses.
April 1974.
Taunting them. Then he starts breaking in, raping them. Then he starts breaking in, killing them, raping them all at once. Then he starts killing, continuing to kill.
Taunting the police.
Raping. This goes on to fucking 2018. And it was a member of the law enforcement?
Chris.
And what was his name? Joseph D'Angelo?
Joseph James D'Angelo.
Holy Schmidt.
There you go. That's how he was able to do all the reconnaissance. He was
a cop, like?
He was law enforcement, like.
That is insane.
D'Angelo was born November 8th, 1975 in Bath, New York, to his parents. He has 2 sisters and a
No,
brother.
wait, if he was born 75, it wouldn't
1945.
Oh, 45, sorry, yeah.
When he was 9 or 10 years old, he witnessed his 7-year-old sister being raped by multiple men in an Air Force warehouse in Germany.
Jesus.
Between 1959 and 1960, he attended Mills Junior High in Rancho Cordova. Beginning in 1961, he attended Folsom High School, where he received a GED certificate. He played on the school's junior varsity baseball team. Regular kid, it would seem.
Regular American upbringing. Or some traumatic
He joined
shit.
the US Navy in September of 1964 and served for 22 months during the Vietnam War as a damage controlman on the cruiser USS Canberra. He received National Defense Service, Vietnam Service, and Vietnam Campaign medals. So he was a decorated soldier.
Written down his name. I'm gonna look up this.
Yeah.
guy after.
Oh yeah. He went to Sierra College in Rocklin, which I assume is somewhere in California. In 1970, he was engaged to Bonnie Jean Caldwell, a classmate at college, but she reportedly broke off the relationship. Investigators believe this might be connected to the offender saying, "I hit you, Bonnie," during one of the attacks. In 1971, he attended Sacramento State University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, if you want to be ironic about it.
This guy knew his shit, like.
He later took postgraduate courses and further police training at the College of Sequoia in Visalia, and then completed a 32-week police internship at the Roseville Police Department. And from May 1973 to 1976, he was a burglary unit police officer
No way.
in Exeter. Yes, he was indeed.
This guy knew his fucking shit. Like, he had worked in this field for so long.
He knew exactly what
He knew
to
the ins and the outs.
He knew what to avoid, Chris.
The perfect crime.
In November 1973, he married Sharon Marie Huddle.
Right.
She became an attorney in 1982. Before they separated in 1991, they had 3 daughters, 2 of them born in Sacramento and 1 in Los Angeles.
Fucking hell. That's unreal. Like, he worked his way through, like, the police special force and knew everything about what he basically was going to do.
Yeah. He learned he was a burglary expert.
Yeah.
He was married to a lawyer. It's just insane.
But they caught him.
But they caught him.
They caught him using
It took so many
DNA.
years, but
I wonder what clicked that they finally...
it
were
was
like-
they started piecing together that the DNA evidence was linked. DNA is so crucial to all of it.
Yeah.
And then they got access to this database where people, like, this is just people who want to find out their heritage.
Yeah.
And they upload their own DNA samples.
Yeah.
And then they got a database of all of this.
Oh, I'd love to
They get
upload
some of
mine.
his DNA, run it in, and they see, hold on, this DNA is linked to these people. And then they can build a tree. They can work out who's
How
related
is
to
it
who.
linked? Yeah.
And they narrowed down. They got their man. Like, it's insane. Like, this happened last year. They found this. They got this guy. 1976, he was promoted to sergeant. Was in charge of Exeter Police Department.
This was a highly decorated dude.
He was in charge of a joint attack on burglary program in 1976, 2 years after he had begun to burgle houses. He served. Oh, he actually was arrested for shoplifting a hammer and dog repellent. He was sentenced to 6 months probation and fired after he shoplifted.
No way.
That's weird, actually. 1980, he purchased a house in Citrus Heights where he eventually was arrested. So he lived in the same home for all that time.
He led like a perfect double life.
It actually is insane.
I'm going to get some information on this guy.
He was living in Citrus Heights with a daughter and granddaughter at the time of his arrest. His brother-in-law said that D'Angelo casually brought up the East Area Rapist in conversation around the time of the original crimes. Neighbours reported that he frequently engaged in loud, profane outbursts. One neighbour reported that his family received a phone message from D'Angelo threatening to deliver a load of death because of their barking dog.
Jesus.
So that people obviously got the impression that he was a bit...
He was a bit lula, a bit
Yeah.
fucking whack jobbish.
Just insane, hey?
That's crazy, lad.
But here we go, Chris. Legal proceedings have been brought upon him now.
Right.
He cannot be charged with the rapes or burglaries because the statute of limitations expired for those offences, but he has been charged with 13 counts of murder and 13 counts of kidnapping. He faces either life without parole or death if convicted. He was arraigned in Sacramento on August 23rd, 2018. In November, prosecutors from 6 involved counties collectively estimated that the case would cost $20 million and last 10 years. There's a good chance he might even live to the end of this.
No.
At an April 10th, 2019 court proceeding, prosecutors announced that they would seek the death penalty, and the judge ruled that cameras may be allowed inside the courtroom during the trial. So we can expect a televised.
What is this dude now? He's like 70s, though. He was born in the 40s. 40s,
Was he born
50,
19?
60, 70, 80, 90, 10. He's like, this dude's in his 70s now, though.
Yeah, when was he born? He was born in 1945, yeah, so he's
44?
1945.
Yeah, so he'd be 70,
74, yeah, 74.
Jesus.
There you go.
That's an insane fucking piece, dude.
100% true, guys. It happened. Also, when you're reading that, if anyone does go and read that, there's been so many fucking serial killers in California.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
California is like a hot.
It's a hotbed.
Yeah.
You got there's so many serial killers. You had to get original Night Stalker and then the other Night Stalker, and you got the Zodiac Killer, and there's loads of them. They're all over the place, guys. But that guy, the original Night Stalker, the Golden State Killer,
Joseph DeAngelo. Go and look him up, guys. That was a fucking great piece, dude. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm glad I have that knowledge inside me now.
Yeah.
I just like knowing stuff like this. It's fucking crazy.
I guarantee you, whenever this case goes on trial, you're gonna have fucking Making a Murderer type levels of fucking
coverage.
Yeah.
You'd probably make a show about it as well.
Oh yeah, Netflix would be all over.
Yeah, I knew D'Angelo. I worked alongside him for years. Seemed like a nice guy.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
just remember.
Know. You heard it here first.
Empty Promise did it first.
Yeah, you're fucking right. We did.
You're fucking right. We did.
Yeah, that was great, D. Thank you very much for bringing that.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that.
It's been morbid, but
I like serial killer stuff. If you like serial killer stuff, let us know. We'll do more. We'll just call this episode like the serial killer episode or something. Something
the Golden State Killer.
Oh yeah, that's perfect actually. Yeah, the Golden State Killer.
The Golden State Warrior.
They're killing themselves right now. Hi-oh. All right. Finish off the show.
Finish off with the personal with the podcast.
Show. Yeah, let's get personal with the podcast.
What
did you get up to this week? Dude?
Well, Chris, not that much. I mean, I played a couple of games. You know? I've been watching more of that Avatar. Last Airbender.
How's that going?
Really good.
How's the internet?
Really yeah, it's really good, Chris.
Still pretty strong.
I downloaded. It was like a 2.5 gigabit update for something the other day. It just downloaded in like a couple of minutes. I was like, what the fuck?
You sick bastard.
We got new couches in the house.
Nice.
Yeah. So
are they cozy?
They are. They're really nice actually. So really happy with that. It's becoming more homely.
Yeah, I like that. Good. How's your like setup coming along? Like your PC setup?
Oh, really? Well, yeah, we're pretty much there, Chris. Yeah, we got our two PCs set up in a nice big room. Our desks are all like kind of wrapped around the wall.
Nice. Are you playing Minecraft on PC or?
God, no, I play that. That on the Xbox, Chris.
Yeah.
Even if I was playing on PC, I'd still have a controller in my hand.
Yeah, 100%. I was wondering. I was like,
some games like. I think first-person shooters I can work on a PC because it's like where you're aiming, it's just move the mouse. Like third-person shooters, anything that involves more buttons.
You gotta build shit. You need a controller.
I need a controller. Yeah, for sure for that.
Nice.
But I mean, apart from that, like it's been.
Did you have anything nice to eat this week? Or?
Oh, we were a bit bad there at the end of the week.
Oh, what'd you have?
Got a boojum, followed by a Chinese, followed by a Domino's.
Very nice.
3 nights in a row.
What was the best of the three?
Oh. Maybe the Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Domino's was pretty good.
Okay.
Boojum was just okay.
Just okay. Follow that. What did you get out of the Chinese?
Got chicken chow mein and chicken curry.
Nice. You like the chicken chow mein?
I love chicken chow mein.
Nice.
I'm a fan of that.
Nice. It's not something I would go for myself.
No.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah. I like the noodles.
I'd like to go for it again though. I haven't had it in a while, so maybe.
You could just get the noodles and bean sprouts.
Yeah, I get that.
Tasty.
Yeah. Bean sprouts are good. I like bean sprouts. And what do you get at Domino's?
I got pizza, Chris.
Yeah, what kind?
I got that pepperoni passion. Oh no, I didn't. I got pepperoni and chorizo.
Ooh. I have a pizza that I had that I'd like for you to try.
Okay.
Papa John's.
Papa John's?
Yeah.
Better ingredients, better people.
Oh
pizza.
Man, they do some fucking tasty pizza.
Where did you get it from?
Port Tumna in Galway.
Really?
Yeah, swear to God. Middle of nowhere. The closest one to us here would probably be Carrick or Dungannon. Have one.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
Okay. Is there any in Belfast?
Bound to be one, lad.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Them and Supermax come hand in hand. They like open up as one.
They are. They're in Galway and all, aren't they?
Holy shit! This pizza was incredible.
Wow.
For takeaway pizza, like this is some top notch. They have really good dough, really good sauce,
really good dough. I get it.
Really good dough. But yeah,
Was this after your run?
Before.
Oh, what?
Yeah, before.
Carbo load?
The night before, yeah. I did it.
What'd you get? Cheese.
It was a meal deal called like go on.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So you got the large pizza, 14-inch pizza. It was 2 fries, portion of cookies, and portion of like mozzarella bites. So I had the pizza and some fries.
Tasty.
Good. I had a cookie as well.
What's the pizza?
What did I get? Hawaiian pizza. It was a Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaii
Yeah,
though.
it was good. Yeah, because it was like I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not a big fan of pepperoni. I want something on this, so I just went Hawaiian.
What do you mean you're not a fan of pepperoni?
I don't like pepperoni that much.
You do though.
I do. Oh yeah, that's right. I do.
You're making a big mistake here. You like pepperoni, you like salami, you like a bit of chorizo.
I do like salami.
Yeah.
But that's different.
There's a very small difference, mate. Come on.
I don't know.
Let's be real here.
Maybe I don't know. I just need.
We'll talk about a slice of sausage.
Rekindled. I need
You want
rekindled.
salami, you want some ham,
I
you
need
want
to
some little
rekindle my
ground beef
love.
up there.
Oh yeah. That's too meaty though. You know, I like to enjoy pizza for the dough, the sauce.
I'm
the
a 1-2 topping max kind of guy.
Yeah. I get that.
One topping is fine.
Yeah. I think that's
You don't
good.
got to overcomplicate it.
No. One topping. Cheese is a topping.
Oh my god, we were looking at a place last night and it was like, you get a pizza with 2 toppings. Topping 1 was tomato sauce based. Topping 2 was cheese. It's like, what the fuck is this?
They're breaking their own rules.
It may have just been really bad design, like to order or something, but I don't know.
Whereabouts was
going
that?
on.
Do you know?
That was a place called Fallones in Belfast, like an independent place. They didn't get our service after that.
Well,
I'll tell you.
they could turn around to be some of the best pizza you've ever fucking had.
They look delicious.
Independent places, dude.
I think I need to go in. I need to go into the shop to get it. I can't order online because that's just too much.
That's a silliness.
That's not working.
No.
Got to go in and got to say, I want that pizza over there. That one, the picture of that one.
Yeah, I want that one.
I want that one there. I want 2 of those, and I have a small one of them. And I want a soda.
I want a diet soda. Yeah, I had that the night before. I did my big run, by the way.
I know, yeah.
It was great. Yeah,
ultra marathon.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Port Tumna's nice.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, nice. The forest park was really, really nice. It was not the weather it gave for the day.
What did it give?
Wet and rainy, and it was sunny.
Perfect.
And dry. I wasn't expecting it. It was okay. It was warm. It was kind of sticky.
Oh.
So
What time was it when you were running?
Started at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was okay. It was still nice and cool, nice and brisk. It was just, everything just seemed to come together. It just really, really well. Went really well. Finished it in just over 5 hours. Came 35th out of 600 in total runners.
Good stuff.
Was it really good? Yeah, it was just really, really good. So that's the 30 miler done.
30 miles, Chris. Now you just got to do 100.
I got 40 miles to do in September, and that finishes my year running then.
What's the 40 miler?
The 40 miler is in the Glen of Aherlow in Tipperary. I'm going. It's like
Class.
it's a 12-mile loop, 12 point something mile loop, and you keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
You do it. I think it's like 3.5.
Just go as many times as long as you can. Is it one of those, or is it?
No, it is just. It's a 40. Yeah, it's a 40. So it's 3.5 times you do it or something like that.
Shit.
So I'm looking forward to it. The Port Tumna one just went really, really well though.
That's good.
Like
though.
really good. It was really well organized and it was really, really nice and just everything.
600 people. Though. I mean, it seems like they moderated it.
They had to, yeah, because you're running on trail, like a forest trail, so
Yeah.
like running around like Carna, say, so you couldn't have like too many people or else, you know.
It'd be madness.
But
That's
yeah,
good though.
I had my
compared to
dad like
Belfast.
supporting me with like he was at like at the start finish line, you're allowed like there's like a holding area for like crews and stuff. So every time I came through, he knew what to give me. I was having like food and what drinks I needed and stuff like that, and just filling up my pouches and just running on every
That's
time. So it was
class.
really, really, really good.
You just did multiple laps then as well.
Yeah, it was a 5K loop, so it was a 3 mile loop, so I had to do it 10 times.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
fuck. That must have felt like a bit
Uh,
competitive.
to be honest, I liked it because every time you kind of tuck off and you got halfway, you're like, right, it's okay because I'm coming back round. I'll see them at the finish line. I'll get what I need and I'll move on.
yeah,
so
yeah.
it was
That's
really
good.
I think it was like mile like 24 or so I came round and I knew I had 2 more left and a craving hit me. I was like, I need Coke. Like, can you get me a Coke? I just said it to him on the way by. And on the way back round, he found me like a can of Coke, poured it into like my water bottle and shook it up. It was flat. And I had it in the way. It was the nicest Coke.
Flat?
Yeah.
Did you specifically ask for it?
Yeah, I was like, shake it up. I was like, I don't want a fizzy because otherwise my
Gas.
stomach will bloat and stuff. And oh my God, it was so good. It was
What brought on?
don't know. I was running. I was like, I just felt like I just needed like fucking sugar or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, Coke. I was like, I'll just take a flat Coke.
I just need just one line of Coke.
Yeah, just whole way by the finish.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck, it was so good though. Flat Coke just hit the spot. So
There you
good.
go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That was really good actually. And I had the Supermax. I had the Papa John's the night before, so it was perfect fueling food. You know.
Did you treat yourself after?
Not so much. I didn't feel great afterwards. I kind of had my stomach was a wee bit off. Probably down to my Coke.
Probably, yeah. It was the Coke.
The next day, I just kind of went back to eating like people food. I didn't sleep great for like a night
You
or
say
two.
people food.
Yeah, like people food. Like just normal. Like I didn't restrict myself. I wasn't following any kind of diet. Just if I wanted anything, I just ate it.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of junk food and stuff like that.
People food. As
People
opposed
food.
to the dog food I've
Yeah.
been living off.
And I wasn't sleeping great, so it took me like a couple of days off work, but it wasn't enough.
No.
I took all this week off. I went out for my first run again yesterday. It was good, so I'm back into it. So now I've got 14 weeks to be ready for
Did you take a week off just around the house?
Yeah.
A staycation?
No, I didn't. I was still at work,
Oh.
but I just took a week off running and
Oh, okay.
like diet and all that.
I'm going to have a staycation now.
Are you?
In a couple of weeks, yeah.
I have 2 weeks of holidays to take before the end of September, and I don't know what to do or when to take them.
You should just take a week, Chris. Minimum 1 week.
Yeah.
And just do nothing.
I know. I don't know what to do though.
That's what I'm going to
Yeah, just do nothing.
Oh,
just
dude,
a stay-
you play Minecraft.
That sounds like a great week.
You play Minecraft. You go
Yeah.
outside, you build a fucking treehouse.
Oh,
And you come back outside, you play more Minecraft.
that's a good week. I might
Yeah.
see if I can book off a week very soon. Actually,
Yeah. I'm going to go probably about 3 or 4 weeks from now.
nice.
Yeah, and then I got another week whenever Laura's off as well. We'll go do something.
Be
But
great if
this
me
week's
and
going
you
to
both
be
got the stay. What a staycation!
We
that
just
would
do
be.
like a fucking 1,000 videos.
Just knock out the year's quota. We're done. We're done.
Podcast for the year. The
So
news is
good.
going to be so
off.
bad.
We'll try to predict the news.
Yeah, as we should do.
yeah. Oh, that'd be so good actually. A staycation sounds fantastic.
Doesn't
I
it?
could use that actually. Yeah.
Everyone needs that, I think. Everyone should plan one of those out, even if it's a day or two. Just get yourself a bit of me time. Get a bit of me time.
You were gonna say, did you watch any films? It sounded like you were gonna say you watched something. No.
I actually didn't watch any films. I just been watching that Avatar.
I watched one terrible film.
Brilliant. Tell me what it is.
It's called Leatherface.
Oh, is it like?
Yeah, it's like Chainsaw Massacre. It's like I don't know if this went straight to Netflix or if it was like after. I don't know what the fuck it was. This is just a terrible film. So it starts off like your typical cliche fucking like
Horror?
Chainsaw Massacre kind of shit. Like this weird family. Kind of give me the vibes of like Resident Evil.
Mm.
You know that newer Resident Evil that came out, like the Baker
7?
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. This really weird fucking family around a table and all, and they were like feeding like shit to like this
Yeah.
guy at the table and kill him with the chainsaw. So they told this wee boy, it was like, you gotta kill him. It was like a rite of passage. Wee boy went to live in like a fucking not a psychiatric ward. It was kind of like that, but it was like an orphanage for like kids and stuff. He grew up there. And then one night they all fucking break out and go on a rampage. All these like fucking loonies. And this one guy, I think his name is Jeb, he obviously breaks out. And then this police officer is hunting him down. There's that story then of the police officer chasing him and these other whack jobs about Texas back in like 70s or fucking whatever it was, I don't know. But it's just so fucking bad. It's so bad.
Is it so bad it's good, or is it just bad?
I can't even it's so bad it's good in the fact it makes me giggle that I actually watched it.
Yeah.
But it's just a terrible movie. It makes no fucking sense. Half the shit that goes on is stupid. It's gory just for the sake of being gory.
Oh, yeah.
The ending is just piss. So
Take from that what you will.
watch it. Please watch it if you haven't seen it. Go to
Leatherface was like an old film, wasn't
yeah
it?
So there was Chainsaw Massacre, which Tobe Hooper did. That was the original, and then they brought it out again, and then they made Leatherface, which was like this spin-off, like another story about, and then that Leatherface 2, Leatherface 3, blah blah. It was just like the story of the guy with the chainsaw, and then this came out. I don't know.
And is it related to those other ones at all?
I think so. It must be. I mean, Texas. This guy who's like sewing people's faces onto his own and stuff.
Does he use a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't use it. Maybe it's like I guess it's kind of iconic, like where he got the chainsaw.
Oh.
It's like they're trying to create a story so
It's like
hard.
an origin story?
Yeah, and it's so bad. It's not like I don't believe he got a
Brilliant.
chainsaw for his birthday.
Oh,
That's where it came about.
fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
I know. Who the fuck gives a kid a chainsaw?
Only in Texas.
Happy birthday, son. Have a chainsaw. But Yeah, that's what I watched, unfortunately, but kind of fortunately, because
Something to talk about, Chris, on the old pod.
But I watched nothing. I'm reading. I'm in the middle of reading How Not to Die.
Got it.
It's a good book.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good book. Yeah, I'm trying not to die of lung diseases at the minute.
Good. So taking up on some smoking. Or?
Don't smoke, maybe.
Oh.
That'd be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who knew? This week I plan on playing Minecraft, and that's it.
Until your eyes bleed.
And then we have Mickey G next
Either
week.
next week or the following week.
Yeah,
probably
we
next
have Mickey
week.
G coming up, so we're gonna go listen to some.
I have the tickets
lost
on
bangers.
my counter at home. I'll check when I get back, and I will
come up with a plan for going up to Dublin. Maybe meet the guys like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe get a nice steak dinner.
A couple of steaks.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, I haven't done much now either myself.
No?
I'm reading a book as well, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I started it actually last time, but I'm still.
you told me you had a book by Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, I'm still only at the start of it. I got Norse mythology. It's sitting there. It's the white one, Chris.
Oh, nice.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh.
It was black on Amazon. I ordered it. There's a white one there now.
Okay.
It looks sexy.
Yeah, hardcover or paperback?
Paperback.
Okay.
I just wanted,
I'm not judging.
I went to Easton's the other day. I walked in and I
yeah.
seen the black and white beside each other. I was like, I didn't know it was a white one.
Mhm.
Too bad I've already ordered from Amazon. Mine's black.
Yeah.
Nope. Mine's white. Looks gorgeous.
Nice.
Very happy.
Lad, fucking read that book.
I will.
Read.
I'm going to
that
finish Neverwhere,
book.
and then I'm going to jump into it, and then I'm going to watch that Good Omens show that he wrote with Terry Pratchett.
Nice.
It's on Amazon. I'm going to watch it, and I might read that book as well.
It's a cracking book.
Mm.
It's so good. When I finished it, I went back to it then shortly after to read just a couple of the different stories out of it, and I wanted to play God of War again.
Oh, I have to finish Spider-Man and Red Dead.
Oh yeah.
When I think about it, because I play those games on the PlayStation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Talk about God of War. It's like, I have to go back.
I just want to play The Last of Us again.
Oh, so do I. Laura has it as well, like the PlayStation 4 one of it.
But I feel like because I don't know when this one's coming, the next one's coming.
I want to be ready. Yeah.
I want to play it like right before.
You got to time it perfectly.
Like a week, like play it and then have a week off, so that I'm like, oh, I just want to play it again.
Build anticipation.
And then, bang,
Jump back
Last
in.
of Us 2.
That's
Holy
a great
shit.
shout, Chris.
Yeah. But Minecraft is taking over, lad.
As it should.
It's so fucking good.
As it deserves to do, Chris.
Yeah, I'm watching a lot of Etho on
Yeah.
fuck, he's so good.
Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo, yeah. I like Mumbo Jumbo for Redstone because that's kind of what the guy does. But I prefer Etho just for his videos.
His creativity.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
It's a creative genius, guys.
That's it for this week, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, happy enough.
Hope you all enjoyed.
Hope you did all enjoy. This is the episode 80 of the Empty Promise podcast. Remember, you can find this podcast and all the previous podcasts over at youtube.com/xgaming. That's where you'll find the video version. If the video is no good or you want to take us with you on the go, find us over at Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, any podcast hosting services, but not iTunes because that doesn't exist anymore. So
they killed that.
Yeah.
Oh, really quickly. Did you hear about the Amazon, the Apple MacBook Pro stuff? It's like MacBook Pro, really expensive computers, really, really good. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But the stand for the monitor, there's a $200 stand. And then there's the X stand, which is like, you can twist it 360 degrees, really flexible. Guess how much?
Oh, God, I don't want to know. Like
$1,000.
For a stand?
For a stand.
What?
It's insane.
It's a stand for what? For the laptop? For the
screen. For the screen of the computer. So you got to buy the computer, and then you got to buy the really fancy like 6K screen, and then you got to buy the stand. You can buy a regular stand for $200, which is still more than I'd pay for a stand, and then you can get the X stand, which is the special one, for $1,000. $999. Fuck
what?
Me.
Apple know what they're fucking doing. Well, it's not even know what they're doing. They're
no shame.
That's it. They're not even balls anymore. It's just no shame. It's just like, we'll charge what the fuck we want, and people will buy it.
They'll buy it. They will buy it. That's the shit. They got booed though, and that came up apparently.
Did they?
At the keynote, people were like, some people laughed, and some people were like, no.
I was gonna buy AirPods during the week.
Oh, well, I don't have AirPods, but I have wireless ones, which just go like, and there's a wire at the back.
Yeah,
I love those.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I couldn't recommend them enough.
I need something like that. I have like the Bose noise cancelling headphones, and they're class, but they're wired.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I wouldn't get AirPods. Mine cost me about 30 quid on Amazon.
Good.
Oh, they're
good
fantastic.
Sound.
Yeah.
Send me a link to them.
Okay. They sound better than my wired headphones, but my wired headphones are garbage. Oh, nice. Or earphones, I should say.
Yeah, I need to get something. Definitely need to get something.
I love it
during the week.
Best part is whenever you have to play Bluetooth to your things, and then I get into my car, I have a Bluetooth thing in my car, and just switches over. It's brilliant. I love it.
I was down in Game over the week in Craigavon, and they have like the Fallout bobbleheads down to like $5.99.
Ooh.
I think they only had Perception when I was down, but I don't care. I just want a bobblehead.
Bobblehead would be nice to have, of course. I want a bobblehead for my car.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Fallout, just...
I think you should get a Fallout one though. If you're
Would
going to
be
do it,
good,
do
right?
the whole hog. Like. And,
Oh!
it just got me in the mood to play Fallout.
I played Fallout.
Oh.
Forgot to say. I
Fallout
played
4?
Yeah, I went back and I finished off the one of the DLCs, the one on the island. I forget what it's called now.
Far Harbor?
Far Harbor, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Finished it off. Just
Nice.
felt good to get in there and do
Yeah.
a couple of quests and bash that out. Thought I was going to go back and do, I think there's another big expansion, Nuka World.
Nuka World?
I was going to go back and do it, but I haven't just
There's a
went
lot
there
of
yet.
expansions to that game, yeah. I got the game of the year, so it came with all the...
Aye. Yeah.
And I haven't even touched them yet.
No.
I just went back and started doing survival instead.
I want to do that too.
I love survival. I
Remember
like making
whenever-
things more challenging.
Whenever 5 is announced or whatever the next one is, I might go back and do a
Ooh,
survival.
that's a good shout.
Survival play.
Fuck, I hope 5 is announced soon.
I mean, they had 76 shouldn't have happened, and they should have just focused on 5, and they should have said 5's coming out this
Or
December.
put a separate team and do that shit.
Yeah, they better have that
And
going.
then you're like, oh, it's okay. It was just the off team, B team. B team's out there doing that.
It's no big deal.
We have Toddy H over here.
Toddy
you know?
H.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope you enjoyed the podcast. We'll see you all next week. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Goodbye. God bless.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Do 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 do.